Hello. wait, I have to do the thing. I have to do the funny. Mayday, mayday! It's Phoenix Sunday! Hello everyone, Cornmeal! Welcome! Tonight was going to be Mako Sunday, but due to what you guys already know up there, I had to push everything back by a day. So, no Mako Sunday this week is being replaced by Ace Attorney, baby. So, last time we played, Phoenix fell down the bridge. Right, last time we played, Phoenix fell down a bridge, and now we're playing as Edgeworth, and we're going to prove not Dahlia's innocence. Going to court on a Sunday? Hey, what day would you prefer? No, honestly, yeah, a Wednesday is truly the best time to go to court. This is so Karo and Nozomi. Hello, 100-line brain rot. February 9, District Court, Defendant Lobby number 1. Oh, wait. Oh, I see what you mean. Iris and Dahlia, Karo and Nozomi. Okay, now I see it. No, yeah, you're right. This is so 100-line. Oh my. Mr. Laurice feels that way about me? Apparently, he isn't aware of your real secret at all. Why is she blushing? She's so cute. You blame me for my symptoms? I mean, hey man. I'm simply just spreading the Bible. A Wednesday, of course? Yeah, a Wednesday would be the best day to go to court. I'm sorry. I'm just hardly accustomed to that sort of thing. Or not. And in any case, whatever it was that he saw on the night of the incident, mark my words, I will drag it out of him. This trial is gonna be so good until the first one? Really? It's that good? Oh, I can't wait actually. Hi Doom, Cornmeal! Does that mean Mr. Laurice is the witness today? No. I believe that none will be the first to take the stand. Sister Bikini. She claims to have seen the very instant in which you have carried out the crime. I just want to ask you one last time. It really wasn't you who killed Miss Elise Donim, correct? That is correct. It wasn't me. Very well then. Mr. Edgeworth? Yes? You're a prosecutor, aren't you? Are you sure about this? If your true identity is revealed... You need to change this corny ass username? What are you planning to change it to? Don't worry, I've made the necessary arrangements. I mean, I've had a lot of cringy usernames in my life. I'm not going to reveal what they are, but you guys have seen my Roblox one. I see. Iris. It is a prosecutor's job to doubt people. But right now, I am a defense attorney. A defense attorney's job is to believe in people, and believe until the bitter end. Hell yeah! That is what my friend told me once. You don't know yet, but definitely something less corny. I'm excited to see what you come up with then. Mr. Edgeworth! I simply ask that you watch and decide for yourself whether or not I am fit to do the task I have been entrusted. Very well, sir. I'll leave my defense in your capable hands. Yeah! She trusts us. I love that. We love trusting. I would trust Edgeworth in my life, okay? February 9, District Court, Courtroom number 7. Oh, it's the Canadian! It's the Canadian judge! Oh my gosh! Court is now in session for the trial of Sister Iris of Hazakura Temple. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Oh? The defense does indeed appear to be ready. Oh my gosh, it's the Canadian judge! However, the same cannot be said for the prosecution in this case. Indeed. I'm not sure I like such a blatant waste of this court's time. An empty prosecutor's chair can only mean the prosecutor has no confidence in their ability to prove their case. It would seem this case is already over before it had a chance to begin. I'm ready to announce my verdict at this time. The court finds the defendant... Franny? Oh my gosh, Franny! Oh my gosh, my queen! My queen! My queen! Oh my gosh, Franny! Oh my gosh, Franny! Oh my gosh! What the hell? Why is she here? Oh Canada, yes, oh Canada. we are in diverse times right now. We have a German, a Canadian, and a British person, all in the same courtroom. Oh my god, it's Freddy! And you are? Franziska von Karma, prosecuting prodigy. I didn't say A at the end, Miko, I have to add an A at the end of each sentence? Nah, I'll only do it if he says it. I don't, you see, a true Canadian's nature shines at the right time. Very diverse group. Mr. Worldwide even. But Von Karma, you say? Perchance you wouldn't be of any relation to the legendary prosecutor Manfred von Karma? Legends are a thing of the past. I am a Von Karma. That is all. Upon a special request, I flew in today for the purposes of prosecuting this case. You did? Then you must be quite a big shot, eh? There it is! There's your A. By the way, Mr. Edgeworth. Yes, Your Honor? I'm almost certain that I've seen you somewhere before. Or am I just imagining things? You look very much like a prosecutor I met once. I believe you are imagining things, Your Honor. Yeah, Your Honor. It's not like Miles Edgeworth is lead prosecutor or anything. Nuh-uh. Miss Von Karma, do you have anything to say? There is no such weakling as this man among those of the prosecutor's office. There isn't. But I'm sure once before in this courtroom. I told you, there is no such weakling. What is that, a whip? I'm not sure I care for such a thing in my courtroom. You will have bailiff remove that whip at— Hold it! I have no objection to the whip. They're just bullying the judge. This is so sad. This poor Canadian judge, man. The prosecution can wield a whip or drink 17 cups of coffee. But there is still only one truth. That is what I stand to here to prove today. This promises to be interesting, Miles Edgeworth. I had expected to face Phoenix right here today. But looking at you now, maybe this is what I have been waiting for all this time. Miles Edgeworth, I will not allow this chance to crush you slip through my fingers. This is a huge bit. This is a massive bit, and everyone except the judge is in on it. I see you brought your flair for the histrionic. Brother versus sister? Oh yeah, this is just a sibling fight. Allow me to add to the things I'm not sure about. People acting bizarrely in my court. Ooh-aha! The stage is set. Now continue with the proceedings, Your Honor. Well, yeah, quite literally, the stage is set. All the actors are ready. Oh, that's the biggest bit of all time. Very well. Miss Von Karma, please give an outline of this case. With as little whipping as possible. The murder victim is the famed picture book author, Miss Elise Dunim. Her body was found in the Hazakura Temple courtyard. She had been stabbed through the torso by a ceremonial sword from a golden statue. The sword in this picture is the weapon in question, correct? Yes, the Shichi Shiro, baby. Very well. The court accepts this photo of the crime scene. Right, I still need to look at my court record, actually. I need to refresh myself a bit. There's no mistake. This was the doing of Sister Iris. Nuh-uh! Okay, yeah, okay. Okay, yes, this is all we have. Hold on, let's see the crime photo again. Right, okay, it was like that. You know, maybe it just fell on her. Yeah, you know, maybe it just fell on her. Who knows, man? Maybe she's just really clumsy, maybe she's just really unlucky. Okay, time 10 to 11 PM, caused loss of blood from stabbed in the back, the body fell 10 feet after death. Huh. The apparent murder weapon. Okay, well... There's no... The murder weapon is definitely something different, man. Hi, Solstice, Kumia. The murder weapon is definitely something different. After all, there is a witness to her crime. Very well. Please bring this witness to the stand. And so it begins. My first and last trial. As a defense attorney. Oh my god! Sister Bikini! A witness, state your name and occupation, please. Hold on here. I'm not sure about being not sure if I care for this at all. Are you sure or are you not sure? Witness, please stand up nice and straight. Maybe she's just short, if I recall correctly. Shorty? There are a few milk crates in the defendant's lobby for a back pain plagued witness. She's gonna stand on milk crates? That's so cute, actually. Bailiff, fetch a crate for this poor lady, please. What's up, Bikini? Oh, once again, your name and occupation, please. Is she that short? It's so funny. Little old me. Well, I'm the head nun of Hazakura Temple on Eagle Mountain. Lore accurate, make a height? God damn it. I am going to find your location and get you. My name is Bikini. You got it? Bikini. Nice to meet everyone. But you don't appear to be wearing a bikini right now. No, don't say that. She's gonna strip. She's gonna strip in the courtroom. Oh, the courtroom is the garden of holy judgments. Those with the lechery in their heart should leave the sanctuary at once. Well, you want me to leave? No need to get your bikinis in a twist. Let me tell you, I'm a sight to behold in summer. What if she just like has one of those really sick transformations? Like those really goofy cartoon transformations? Where as soon as she takes off the hood, what was it? The spirit warding... What was it called? Oh yeah, it's just called a hood. Okay, yeah. Like as soon as she takes off the hood, she's like the hottest babe ever. That's gotta be what's happening. In any case, witness, I hear that you saw the crime take place on the night in question. That's right. I can still hardly believe it myself, to be honest. There's no way a dear little Iris could do anything like that. Let us hear what you have to say, then. First, tell us about your own movements that night, eh? Canadian judge. Oh, Canada. That night I was helping an acolyte with her training in the inner temple. But, well, as you can see, my back likes to act up. Violently. So I left Iris to help the acolyte and returned to Hazakura Temple. There's no bath at the inner temple, you see, but I needed a long, hot soak. It was after I had finished, just as I was heading back. That's when I saw it. So it was simply coincidence that you found yourself returning to Hazakura Temple? Yes, you could say that. If my back hadn't been in so much pain, I would have stayed at the inner temple. That sounds like a pretty important statement you just made. There's only one problem with this testimony that I can see. And you're not about to fall at the first hurdle. Now are you, Miles Edgeworth? No, I'm a winner. Phoenix left? He sure did. Phoenix down, even. Mr. Edgeworth, please begin your cross-examination. At the night of the murder. Press time!
Hold it!
What is this inner temple? Well, see, conversing with the spirits is what we train people to do, right? Who will be the ones asking you the questions, madam? In order to do that, a place strong in spiritual power is required. There's a small temple across the street bridge called the Inner Temple. Acolytes must spend an entire night there to undergo intense training. And how exactly do you help with this process? Sit on top of an ice cube under a chilling waterfall, baby. It is all quite exacting. It can't be performed without a nun supervising. Like a tutor watching to make sure a spoiled child studies. A tutor with a whip in your case. I would love Franny to teach me. Franny should teach me law. Then why did you return to Hazakura Temple, where the murder took place?
Hold it!
Violently? That's right. There's no laughing matter, especially in winter. I can't hold anything heavier than a knife and fork during the cold months. This being alive is like strict training. How old is she actually? How old is Bikini? Oh, what if it's question marks? Oh, 48! 48 and back problems? Damn. That's unfortunate. Oh, right, Franny and Maya are the same age. I forgot about that. Damn, only 48? That's still pretty young. That's right, raging like a holding a kid pen. I almost fainted once or twice. I just knew that unless I warmed it up, it was going to finally finish me off.
Hold it!
You left Iris to help. With what? What do you think? The acolyte training, of course. It was just past 10 p.m., so we were starting to enter the training exercise proper. Wasn't it your place to remain with the disciple? Well, the job is simply to watch over the acolyte so that they don't pass away. Just to confirm this point again, that night, you met Iris in the inner temple, correct? Yes. She's a gentle, honest girl. She's never once failed to follow my directions. No, okay, that one's weird, because Iris said she never went there.
Hold it!
So you returned to the Hazakura temple in order to take a bath? My bag is to blame for everything. It's a do or be done in kind of world after all. How long were you in the bath for, if you don't mind me asking? My, what a filthy little rogue you are! I know what's on your mind! Edgeworth, you filthy man! You dirty-minded boy. I bet your next question is going to be, where exactly did you wash? Ah, this is why you have to watch the young ones. What are you going out about? I was... Gah! Pathetic, Miles Edgeworth. The lowest of the low. Is there some sort of kick-me sign stuck to the defense's bench? Anyway, I couldn't afford to be away from my post for too long, you understand, so... It was after I had finished as I was heading back, that's when I saw it.
Hold it!
The crime took place in the courtyard, correct? When you go from my room to the main hall, you have to take a winding hallway from which you can see the courtyard. That's right. In other words, it was pure coincidence that the witness saw the crime taking place before her eyes. There was no complicated setup in this case. Are you sure about that? That certainly seems to be true. Are you sure about that? The body fell. There is indeed only one problem with this testimony. If I can clearly point out what it is, then I can begin to quantify just how good this witness's memory and observation skills are. Okay, hold on. Well, we could show this. Yeah, we could show this. Yeah, you left Iris to help the acolyte and return to Hazakura Temple, but Iris said she never went there. You know what to change your username to? Just remove the corny bit? Well, what is it? Okay, wait, hold on. Iris's testimony. Ran lights out bell at 10 p.m. and was then in her room until the murder was discovered. Yeah, that's probably what we have to. So I left Iris to help the acolyte and returned to Hazakura Temple. That's probably this one. Let me double check. It was... Well, the job... You met Iris in the temple. Huh, okay. Okay, yeah, this part is probably it. This is probably it. Hopefully. Question mark. Iris's testimony, present. There we go. Witnesses have to undergo their own trials, I'm afraid. The defendant's fate rests on their powers of observation and memory, after all. R.I.P. Doom Edits. Just a turtle. Honestly, that's a pretty sick name. Or Doom Edits, either works. Well, don't worry. I'm more than up to the task. I'm a woman of faith, after all, the head honcho of Hazakura Temple. In that case, Miss Honcho, I'd like you to explain something for me. The discrepancy between your testimony and that of the defendant, Iris. She claims that after ringing the lights out bell, she went back and stayed in her room. Which means she did not go to the inner temple at all. No, she said that. A defendant or a witness? Who is more likely to lie to you, suppose? The defendant is simply lying to cover her back. But that is completely illogical. The murder was committed in the courtyard of Hazakura Temple. Claiming that she went to the inner temple would make for a much better alibi. Ah, but that is odd. Whatever the reason, I can't believe that she would lie. She does indeed have honest eyes. You're so true. I love Iris. She would never lie. Question mark? All people lie. That is my belief. Why am I the only one being whipped here? Would you? Well, you see, if she whipped her brother, that would count for domestic abuse. Anyway, neither the witness nor the defendant have any reason to lie, which means you must call your memory into question. Dear, dear, dear. You're older than me and yet you want to play that game, do you? Sorry, I have to like use locked-in voice for this sprite, it's so funny. Well, that isn't exactly what My memory is perfect, crystal clear, especially in winter. Then, I suppose it's too early to end this cross-examination, eh? Mr. Edgeworth, if you are going to question the memory of this witness, you will need to show me a more decisive piece of evidence. Understood, Your Honor. I was naive to think that alone would do the trick. Then, please add your comments about Iris to the testimony. And let us return to the cross-examination. She was dressed exactly as she had been at dinner. Which was? Are you sure that you're not making a mistake? You, young man, need to get your estimation of me up from the floor. Iris always wear the same clothes. The smallest thing out of place would have stood out like a sore thumb to me. You're making a mistake. Thinking I made a mistake. An excellent finish there, witness. Still, I have to wonder. Iris came to the inner temple, sorry. She was dressed exactly as she had been at dinner. Are we sure about that? Received before the lights out bell the night of the crime. Protect from evil spirits. Ah, okay, yeah, that's definitely this. It's definitely this one then. That was cold, holy? Yeah, you're making a mistake thinking I made a mistake. That's a hard line, man.
Objection!
A witness, let's get one thing straight. The defendant whom you claim to have met. She was wearing this demon-warding hood, correct? Of course! That is a very important piece of clothing, I'll have you know. Wah-ha-ha-ha-ha-ha-ha! Wait a minute.
Objection!
Hold it right there. Why do you have that? Phoenix Wright gave it to me. My boyfriend gave it to me, you see. Hello, you're back. Welcome back, Riley. That's the question of the day, now is it? Miss Von Karma? I'll have you know that this hood was given to someone as a gift that night. His name was Phoenix Wright, and he is my boyfriend. The tugs on my... Sorry, I'll shut up. Before the lights out bell was rung. What? You know where I'm going with this, don't you? If the witness had seen the defendant as she claims, then the Irish she saw should have been missing this very hood. Yeah, lock it! Well! Oh my gosh, it's actually standing on top of milk crate, that's so cute. That's not a bad feeling at all, exposing contradictions like this. Now I understand that happy look on Wright's face every time he does it. He might be considering a career shift? Nah. Sister, this hood. You have spare ones around the temple, don't you? Spares... well... I do tend to make too many of them. I see. A stockpile. A surplus of hoods, eh? Each nun is only given one hood. There should be only a hood that Iris owned. Then this is quite strange. What? If there was a surplus of hoods, then she could have worn one of those. There is no contradiction here. I'm sorry to break this to you, Miss Von Karma, but you won't get away that easily. Why is he saying Miss Von Karma? They're like non-blood related siblings. Just call her Franziska, or like, you know, Franny. Oh right, no, they were raised by like Manfred. Never mind. Discrepancies such as this will sow seeds in any human heart. The seeds of doubt. Witness, while I don't wish to call your testimony into doubt, you must give every detail with precision. I'm not sure I'm comfortable going along with this. Tempted to the Von Karma beat down? It's okay, Franny's in on the bet, I'm pretty sure. Sister, you shall continue with your testimony. Yeah, they treat each other as just people rather than siblings? Yeah. It sucks. It's okay. Hopefully their relation can grow their relationship can grow closer as proper siblings. Tell us what you saw after finishing your bath, on your way back to the inner temple. Those seeds of doubt are sprouting in the judge's heart. They just need a little more stimulation to bear fruit. Contradictory stimulation. I finished my bath around 11, and I thought I should return to the inner temple. And as I was walking back, I heard a noise from the courtyard. Sorry, I cannot take that spread seriously. I took a look and... Iris was... Oh, Mystic Elise! And with that sword of all things... You're gonna hazard a guess that Bikini has something to do with death? Lois? Right, Peter Griffin. Iris was... Oh, Mystic Elise! And with that sword of all things... Mystic Elise was staying in the corner room, which faces onto the courtyard. The stabbing I saw must have occurred after she was pushed out of her window. You saw a truly terrible sight, didn't you? If I was in your place, then it would be much like Miss Von Karma whipping Mr. Edgeworth in two in court. And me seeing it all from this very chair. Hey, don't give Franny ideas, man. We still need this trial to go on. Or, well, something like that. This judge... His imagination is about as vivid and creative as Detective Gumshoe. Wow! Comparing to Gumshoe? That's an insult. I would look the fool if I commented on such foolishness. Anyway, this case is mine, Miles Edgeworth. Calling everyone by their full name. Can't you do something about that habit of yours? Gumshoe? I miss him. I hope he comes onto the stand.
Hold it!
How far is it from your room to the inner temple? Well, let me think a moment. About 20 minutes on these stumps of mine. 20 minutes. Okay, I see. It's about 15 minutes from Dusky Bridge to Hazakura Temple. The inner temple is just beyond the bridge. So from the inner temple to Hazakura Temple is 20 minutes for her. Still, you never made it back there that night, did you? That's right. I was heading along the walkway towards the main hall. We just had a full-on investigation with him. Well, I miss him already, man. And as I was press. You say you heard a noise? Starlight even? Sorry. Thump, just like that. That could only be the sound of the victim falling. It's very quiet in the temple, you know. You can even hear the snow falling from the branches, you can. Thump, just like that. But then, couldn't this noise you heard have been snow falling to the ground? I never thought of that. Ah, I see. Oh ho. Wow! The next one to the left gets a whipping. Well, whatever the source of the sound, I looked over at the courtyard and... Iris was... Oh, okay. This is the second time that the witness has testified to saying defendant. But some doubt remains in these claims. Just what does that mean? Just because you're a good-looking young man doesn't give you the right to... The murderer who stabbed the victim with the sword is the bikini. Try to recall who it was you saw, as clearly as you can. Well, you're a handsome young man, so I'll forgive you. Oh, now that you mention it, there was something awfully strange about her. Something that has been bugging me all the time. Oh? Please don't keep us in suspense. Her hood! Her hood? That's right, it's coming back to me. Iris, she wasn't wearing her hood. Oh? I thought something was out of place, but it all makes sense now, doesn't it? After all, she'd given that hood away to someone, right? Ark! Ha! You've dug your own grave, Miles Edgeworth. What do you say, Mr. Edgeworth? Is this testimony important? Well, no, yes, it's important because that would mean who is the Iris that Bikini saw in the inner temple. Yes, it's important. This may initially appear to put me at a disadvantage, but I can't see any other leads at the moment. Your Honor, I would like these new statements to be added to the testimony. Ha! Miles Edgeworth, if you want to hang yourself, you need only to ask. I'll gladly lend you my whip. Wow. Oh, that's vile. You go, girl. Witness, add that statement to your testimony. No problem.
Hold it!
You are sure about that? Yes, after all, we always wear the same clothes. Ah, I don't mean because we're poor, you understand? It's our style. Yes, that's it. There's absolutely no need to explain yourself. Anyway, she looked different from normal, so that really stuck out. Like me holding a whippet puppy instead of my whip. A whippet puppy? What is that? What is a whippet puppy? Hold on. Google, go! Oh, oh, that's a whippet puppy. Oh wait, that's pretty cute actually. Oh, that's adorable actually. Oh. A whippet puppy. At least then it might bite you and not someone else. Iris didn't have her hood on. I'm sure of it. Very well. Now, please tell us about the victim, eh? Mr. Elias was staying in the corner room, which is out onto the courtyard. The room the victim was staying in overlooked the courtyard, correct? Which means the victim's room was on the second floor? No, Hasakura Temple is a single-story building. The mountain itself slopes downward, which elevates the main gate side of the temple and the guest rooms at the back to about the height of a two-story building. Ah, so it's... Wait. I see, and the victim was staying in one of these elevated rooms. Okay, wait, so... Hold on, paint. Go, my paint. Okay, give me a second. So... Ah, wait, I forgot about the crop. I forgot about the... Wait, is it the crop? No, this... Okay, it's normal. It's normal. Okay, so... By her description, this is the mountain, right? And then... This is how the shrine looks like? It's a single-story building. But then some of the stuff is just elevated? Or something? Like that? It's something like this. I think this is what she's getting at. That's an interesting way to build a shrine. I don't know. Is that how it's made? I'll just think it's like that. I'll just assume it's like that. Yes, I should know. I'm the one who carried her things to her room after all. Go. I pressed Z by accident. I don't know why. What makes you so sure about all this? It's just like I told you earlier. I heard a noise from the courtyard, okay? Thump, just like that. You're one smart sister, I'll give you that. The autopsy report states that the victim's body was covered in bruises, indicating a fall from around 10 feet in height. 10 feet? Ouch! It appears that the witness was not mistaken then. Yep, I'm more than just a pretty face, especially in winter. I'm a woman of faith after all, the head honcho of Hasakura. You said that already, girl. There's only 2 of them working there. What's wrong, Mouse Edgeworth? No snappy comeback remark? It doesn't feel like she is lying. There's very powerful testimony too. She claimed to have seen the instant in which the defendant stabbed the victim. She claims to have... Okay. There are only 2 things I can believe in right now. My client, Iris, and my own abilities as a defense attorney. Ooh, okay, so... Now that you mention it, Iris didn't have her hood on. Yeah, that makes sense. Iris didn't have her hood on. Time, 10 to 11 p.m. Cause, loss of blood from stab and back. Body fell 10 feet after death. Huh. Phoenix did receive the hood from her before the murder? Yeah, but like... presenting the hood would like make Iris more suspicious. We have to find a contradiction. I finished my bath around 11 and I thought I should return to the temple. As I was walking back, I heard a noise from the courtyard. I took a look and... Mystic Elise, the stabbing you saw must have occurred after she was pushed out of her window. Huh. After she was pushed out of her window. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, yeah, okay, this photo is important actually. Yeah, this photo is important because it shows that the amethyst ball is gone from the victim's staff. Okay, I'm noting that down for later. But... Mystic Elise was staying in the corner room, which faces out onto the courtyard. Huh. Any ideas? No. Yes. I don't. Anyway, she looked different from normal, so that really stuck out. She didn't have her hood on. Okay. Now that you mention it, Iris didn't have her hood on. Okay, this one shows lightning strikes. Lightning struck Dusky Bridge at 10:45, around 30 minutes passed between the fire starting and going out. Wait, okay, wait, let me read this again. Lightning struck the bridge at 10:45. So... Okay. You finished your bath around 11 and you thought you should return to the temple. Around 11, and you thought you should return to the inner temple. But... wait, whoops, I didn't mean to press that. I wanted to expand. I wanted to expand it, god damn it. Whatever, at least we know it's not that. At least we know it's not that, I guess. Did I even press the right one? No, I didn't even press the right one. If the time matches, would the sound be made from thunder? Probably, yeah, actually. You heard a noise from the courtyard. Wait, but... No, but it's from the courtyard, not from the bridge. Yeah, it wouldn't make sense if it was, like, the bridge, because... Like, you know, the courtyard... Hold on, where's my cursor? Yeah, okay. Yeah, so, like... The courtyard's over here, and she said she heard it coming from there. Not from the bridge where the lightning struck, so it can't be that. Oh, what is it, actually? Iris was... Oh, Mystic Elise and with that sort of all things. Now that you mention it, Iris didn't have her hood on. I feel like adding this is important. Maybe, I don't know, man. The stabbing you saw must have occurred after she was pushed out of her window. Body fell 10 feet after death. No! Oh! After... Wait. Body fell 10 feet after death. But then Bikini says it was after she was pushed out of her window. Ah!
Objection!
There we go. Impressive logic. That's what I'd like to say anyway. Oh, please do. My brain is something else, especially in winter. So, everything about her is something else, especially in winter, except her beach bod, which is good, especially in summer. So she died before she even fell to the ground. Yeah. However, I think you are overlooking one thing. Miss Von Karma, would you be so kind as to take another look at the autopsy report? Yes! Yes! Edgeworth is pulling the updated autopsy report in Von Karma. It's so funny. It's not even updated, but it's still funny. The autopsy report? The victim did fall from a height of 10 feet. However, this fall was after she was killed. Ah! That's right! It says after death right there. The scene the witness claims to have seen is contradictory. The defendant stabbed and killed the victim there in the courtyard. How did the victim then go on to take a 10-foot fall? Ah! Wait, what the hell is Bikini wearing on her feet? Order. The victim was killed and then fell. Like, wait, did you guys see that? I'm not sure if you guys were looking, but it looked like her shoes were made of wood. Like, wooden boots. If that is the case, the victim must have been killed in her room. Don't you agree? That is the logical conclusion. Yes, that's right. The victim must have been stabbed by the defendant in her own room. And then she was thrown out of her window down into the courtyard below. But why would she bother to go to the courtyard after that? With shoes, bikinis. Were there any signs of a struggle in Miss Dunian's room? Ah! She was stabbed with a sword. That would leave a blood stain, wouldn't you agree? Well, Miss Von Karma, was there any blood? Wah! No traces for blood were found in the victim's room. Your whip has just caused traces of blood to be found on my glorious playoff beard. Hey! Hey, man. Sometimes your beard needs a little spice. However, if there was no blood in the room, then your claim that— Wah! I'm sure there's no need for me to go over this, as I'm sure your honor is well aware of when a stab wound produces the most blood. When it produces the most blood? Very little blood is actually lost at the moment of a blade's insertion. If you want to talk about when the most blood would be lost from a body, that would be when the blade is removed. Indeed, with the weapon still in place, it acts like a lid on the wound. That's true. With the weapon still in the body, there wouldn't be much bleeding. A perfectly reasonable line of thinking. We have come to a conclusion then. The victim was thrown out of the window with the sword still in place. This removes all the contradictions. Nuh-uh. Yeah, see, look at that, look at that. Order, order, order. I must admit that this is a probable version of events. I'd expect no less from Franziska Von Karma. She locates and takes control of every vital point. Huh. It seems that we need a clearer testimony from the witness. Remove all supposition on your part and tell us only the facts, please. She got some wooden boots on? Yeah, that's so weird. Wooden boots? Why would you have wooden boots? Witness, please. Remain standing on the crate. Yeah, with your wooden boots. Don't go selling me short now. Well, I mean, you kinda are short. The weight of winter snow has bent me out of shape. Especially my back and my mood. Sister, please, give us your testimony. I will give you a vigorous massage once we are finished here. With the whip? Oh boy. Alright, alright. She did her homework? Yeah, actually, it makes sense. Like, yeah. Her, like, Elise not having a bunch of blood spill out of her immediately makes sense. But I find it hard to believe that she could have been shanked, like, in her room without, like, any signs of a struggle whatsoever. Right? Like, someone would have heard her scream or something. It's not like it caused instant death. Right? When I looked across at the scene, the sword was already in place. Thinking about it now, I didn't actually see her stab Mystic Elise. I've never seen so much blood before. That's when I fainted. You can't blame me, can you? And when I woke, Mystic Army was stabbing Mystic Elise through the back. Say, could she have been drugged? Bikini? Bikini drugged? I don't think so. I think she just has very unfortunate timing. But shock can make you mute. Oh, true, yeah, shock can make you mute. But, like, oh, what did happen to Pearl? Right, what did happen to Pearl? Ooh. Has anyone actually found Pearl yet? I'm not sure about that part. Because, like, Elise was looking for Pearl before she, like, got shanked. Shivved, even. This all confirms Miss Von Karma's theory. Von Karma strive for nothing but perfection. Putting together such facts is nothing for me. You should know that, Miles Edgeworth. Perfection is an impossibility, Franziska Von Karma. And I'm here to teach you just that. Wait, she didn't already know that? I thought she knew that already from the last game. Why does the judge look different? It's a different judge. He's Canadian.
Hold it!
At that time, was the victim bleeding? Well, I was very shocked to be seeing all this, of course, so I'm not entirely sure. But I don't think I saw any blood. Not then. Oh? I I'm sure that you didn't. The weapon was acting as a plug in the wound. In any case, let's be clear on one very important point. Did you actually see the instant in which the victim was stabbed?
Hold it!
And why do I play edgy now? Because Phoenix fell off a bridge. Phoenix is dead! Think carefully. This is very important. The judge got some nice braids? He does. It's Iris we are talking about here. I'm thinking for all I'm worth. No, when I looked over, this was already in Music Elise's body. It might not be conclusive, but this testimony supports her theory. The victim was stabbed in her room and then dropped into the courtyard. I think this proves it rather well, Miss Miles Edgeworth.
Hold it!
So you're saying that you saw the victim's blood? I thought she said she didn't see any blood. That's right! Some of it had splattered onto Iris too. When the defendant was arrested, she was meditating in her room, and her blood-fleckled clothing was neatly folded in the corner. What? Her clothes were blood-flecked as well? That seems quite conclusive to me. What should I do? Press this point further? Yes! Going back to your previous statement, you said that you saw little bleeding when the victim was stabbed. But now, you say you saw the victim bleeding? Well, I say that what I saw is what I saw. What did you see? She saw what she saw, man. Maybe I didn't see the poor woman get stabbed. I thought a girl pulled the sword out of her, plain as day. She could have been panicking and wanting to save her. Pulling the sword out? Well, it wasn't exactly pulling. It was more like it came out. What was the difference? Witness, you will add the statement to your testimony. Oh, was that important? More important than you can imagine. I saw the instant in which the blade plunged into the hilt was smoothly drawn out. Crazy statement? Yeah, smoothly you say. You're saying you saw the sword smoothly slide out? That's right. The whole thing happened right next to the gold statue of Mystic Ami. Mystic Elise was on the ground and Iris was stooped over her. The sword was buried up to the hilt. When Iris stood up, the sword in her hand just slid out of Mystic Elise's body. It slid out from the gaping wound! It goes without saying that if the sword was removed, there would be bleeding. Nothing out of place here. Is that really the case? I can't help but feel that something about this testimony is very out of place. That something which couldn't possibly have happened appears to have happened. There's an obvious clear contradiction here? Is there? Iris got Elise with the infuser? Haha! Elise was just trying to fight off the invaders, man. One of the commanders came into the Hazakura temple. Sorry, 100 line.
Hold it!
Was the bleeding caused by the killer removing the sword? No mistaking it. I remember it all, clear as day. Don't you think that's a bit odd? What do you mean, Miles Edgeworth? Why would the killer pull out the sword? What? If all she wanted to do was place the weapon in the hand of the gold statue, then there was no reason to remove it from the body. Ah, yeah, true. All that would have accomplished is causing the victim to bleed unnecessarily. Your thoughts, Miss Von Karma? You could say it's pure Elise. Oi, I'm going to kill you. But that's... Indeed, it is strange now that you mention it. I'm going to need to find an answer to this mystery too. Anyway, the witness saw something terrible. So what did you do after that, witness? Oh!
Hold it!
Now, on to what the killer did next. You saw none of it, correct? Well, I was unconscious. How long were you out for? I don't know, 10, maybe 20 minutes? A young man with a very prickly-looking head woke me up. Gumshoe? By stepping on me, actually? Oh, it was Phoenix. I'm not sure I like this method of resuscitation. Oh well, I wasn't asking for mouth-to-mouth or anything of the sorts. But I would have welcomed a more gentle awakening right about then, let me tell you. I shall have words with the offender personally? Guys, he's gonna go into the hospital and ask Phoenix to give him mouth-to-mouth. What did you say upon awakening?
Hold it!
By Mystic Army, you're referring to the golden statue, correct? Just Stabbing someone with a Shito, a sacred treasure, is terrible enough. But the dead make Mystic Army hold the blade. Truly, a heinous, despicable crime. It is easy to despise something. Anyone can do it. However, there is something that cannot be done so easily. Whatever it is, I'm sure it's doubly hard for you. Anyway, what is the problem? Exactly why would the killer set up this gruesome scene? Can anyone explain the reasoning behind that? No, I don't think I can. There isn't always a logical reason behind why someone acts. That's true, so true. In early spring, for example, I often find myself... There isn't always. That phrase might come in handy someday. There are too many unnatural elements in this case. Why was it necessary to use the Shichishito from the army statue as a weapon? Why was the weapon ultimately placed back in the hand of the statue? If I can expose the flaws of this testimony, perhaps then I will begin to find the truth. Ooh. You know, seeing the victim getting stabbed by a statue is pretty weird, not gonna lie. Hey man, maybe the statue just has hate for Elise. Okay, the instant in which the blade plunged into the hilt was smoothly drawn out. Wait, up to the hilt? Wait a minute, that doesn't look right. The hilt? Hold on. If it was the hilt of the sword, then wouldn't it be what is it? Up to here? Yeah, wouldn't the blood be up to here if it was plunged into the hilt? But there's no blood on the tips over there. And like, you can't exactly smoothly draw out a weapon of this shape. Because there would be so many, like, you know, because it's irregular. It's irregular. You can't smoothly pull out something like that. A very big contradiction? Yeah. I'm cooking.
Objection!
The weapon isn't exactly straight? Yeah. Sister Bikini, you're a reliable witness. At least, I'd like to think so. But there are too many contradictions here. Oh, what do you mean? You make it sound as though I'm a liar. Not a liar, just stupid. Sorry, I feel so mean. But you're a handsome young man, so I'll forgive you. What? Edgeworth has too much riz for old woman. Edgeworth has too much old woman riz. First he attracts old bag, and then he attracts bikini. I think that and like, how old is he? 20 something? Same age as Phoenix. Yeah, he's 26. He's attracting women like nearly double his age. The scene that the witness claims to have seen. You got the granddaddy aura? No, he's a very young man. The weapon was thrust up to its hilt into the victim. Furthermore, the killer withdrew the weapon smoothly from the body. However, both of these are complete impossibilities. Bikini will flirt with anyone? But that, I mean, that still counts though. He has enough riz to, well, okay, no. Bikini just has low standards, but like, that's two old women. That's still two old women that Edgeworth has unintentionally attracted. You just checked the stream to hear something about going after a woman younger than him? No! You've got it in reverse, Greenie. Older women are going after Edgeworth. Even though he doesn't want that. He's Victorian, instant riz? True. But hi, Greenie Colmia. Explain yourself. To start with, do you think it would be possible to stab someone to the hilt with this? No matter how I look at the defendant, she doesn't appear to be strong enough for that. Doesn't appear? What meaningless dribble. I too may appear to be weak and frail, but I can crush men under my— Please, 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 please. Cougars? Yeah, dude, cougars. The objection stands. I whipped under some back there, I must admit. And that isn't the only issue here. If this sword was truly stabbed into the body up to the hilt. May I one karma win? I'm not the type to like Franny. I am the type to like Mia Fey. I am the type to like this girl's older sister. She is my type. Well, just look at other practice on it. It certainly wouldn't come out smoothly. We also have the problem of the amount of bleeding. It's true that when a blade is left in a body, it acts as a plug of sorts. However, when the weapon is shaped like this, it's an entirely different story. The wound would be too large for the blade to completely stop the bleeding. I have good taste. I love Mia, man. It's a shame she's dead. But that's nothing more than conjecture. In reality, the victim was stabbed with a Shichishido. Even a weapon of this nature may still sometimes slide out smoothly, and may still sometimes stop the blood. This sounds like cope. This sounds like cope. I'm not finished. There is still one more conclusive contradiction. Also, British Babe returns back to Donuts. Oh, no. I'm only doing it because it's Edgeworth. I am not doing a British voice for anyone else. I'm doing a Canadian voice for this guy. You've still got more. Well, wait, no, this is still British. God damn it. This one is simple. This sword really was thrust in all the way up to the hilt. Why is there only blood on the tip of it? She isn't the tip of it. Everybody knows. If this witness is telling the truth, then there should be blood along the entire length of the sword. Exactly. 59 cents, take it or leave it? I'll leave it. No! Me when I get you with the infuser? Oh god, imagine having a Shichishido for an infuser. That would be sick as hell, actually. Bravo, Miles Edgeworth. Raising this many contradictions from a single piece of evidence. All the other attorneys I know could be manager 1, if that. Girl forgets Phoenix, but what does this all mean? You have proven contradictions regarding the murder weapon, but having come this far, there can only be one answer. And that is... the weapon used to kill the victim was not the Shichishito. What? Exactly, there we go. Any theories as to who actually did it? I feel like... there's not enough conclusive evidence to make me, think about it so far. Clearly, it's Dahlia. Clearly, it's Dahlia. Phoenix maybe can do it more. If it was Phoenix versus Franny versus Edgeworth versus Franny, then I'd say Phoenix could. I think Phoenix could win harder than Edgeworth would in a fight against Franny. Like in a lawyer contradiction verbal fight. Because Phoenix does have a lot of experience with finding contradictions. A foolishly foolish idea born from the foolish mind of a foolhardy foolish fool. Let's examine this again. What was it that made us think this sword was a murder weapon? Well, it's because Mystic Ami was holding it. Exactly. However, May thinking like a certain-headed detective, go away! I could never live up to Shuichi Saihara's massive riz. If you reflect on this, that is the only basis we have to assume such a thing. The impression left by the scene was just too strong. That is what influenced us. You imagine that big-ass sword is stored in the court? Yeah, it is. It influences us to believe that the Shichishito was the murder weapon. Wooden boots. I can't get over those wooden boots, man. Order. Wow! So maybe the Shichishito was not the murder weapon. Even if that is the case, it changes nothing, Miles Edgeworth. Yes, it does. The sister here saw everything. No, she didn't. She saw the defendant stab the victim with a sword-like object. No, she didn't. She said she saw her pull it out. That's true. Your response, Mr. Edgeworth? If that is so, I would like the prosecution to answer the obvious question it raises. The obvious question? You would pay so much to get the Shichishito as your class weapon? I feel like that would be incredibly impractical as an actual weapon to use in constant fights. Maybe one stab would do. But like the Shichishido as a constant weapon against like multiple people, I feel like that would be very impractical. Where did the real murder weapon disappear to? Franny be gaslighting for real. The trial grounds are gonna morph. You totally want to say, go away, go away. Do not bring up Kokichi over in my chat. It goes without saying that the police searched the main hall in the surrounding area. Perhaps the prosecution can enlighten us as to if a sword-like object was found. That's... Answer the question, Miss Von Corbo. No evidence of that kind was found. There are too many grip spots for the enemies to grab on a weapon? Yeah, exactly. And like... It could easily be parried, or like, yeah. I feel like the Shichishido is more defensive than offensive, you know? Cause like, it's the same logic as, I forgot what it was called. Sorry, ignore Hazakura Temple. Let me clear that. It's the same logic as a Sai, I think it was called. Like, you know, the one that looks like this and then has like a protrusion over there. Yeah, the Shichishido would work better as a defensive weapon than an offensive weapon. Like, of course it still has the offensive part, but like, this over here, like, yeah, this protrusion over here isn't meant for like, oh, double stabby funny, but rather to catch like another sword, like while it's being swung down, like this, you see. Yeah, so I feel like it would be very impractical for like combat against multiple enemies, because like as soon as the Shichishido was caught like with a sword like in its grip, then like others would be able to like stab you easily. Yeah, I don't think like the Shichishido will be a very practical like weapon. But then again, there is a person that fights with a motorcycle in 100 lines, so like, you know, who am I to say anything? Sorry, end of weapon rant. A trial without a murder weapon is a tricky beast. Excuse me, can I say something? I just remembered something, actually. Oh? For solo fights, it's great though? Yeah, for solo fights, the Shichishido would be great. What is it, sister? I was just thinking, it's possible that just maybe what actually happened was, it was just over there. What exactly are you going on about here? The murder weapon, I mean. Maybe, I think I might know where the sword was disposed of. You what? Oh my god. Well then. I think we need to hear testimony from you one more time, sister. Impossible. What else? What else could this old woman have seen? I need a recess. This is like... Location of the weapon. Does she even dare to hit Edgeworth? Probably not. She probably has a soft spot for him. Big stick reaches farther after all. Quote you on that? I will. I'll hit you with a big stick. I saw the murder at around 11 PM. And after asking that it be reported, I went out to the main gates. And there, I saw tracks! Tracks that indicated the snowmobile had been used. The snowmobile? It takes 15 minutes to walk to Dusky Bridge, but less than 5 using one of those. Maybe they threw the weapon into Eagle River and came back while I was knocked out? Iris could have done that. She can drive a snowmobile after all. Ooh, okay. Witness, please tell us everything you know right away next time. Well, I'm not in the best of shape. What with my back and my age, you know. Quite. There were indeed snowmobile tracks in front of the main gates. Here is a photograph. Ooh. Oh, I want to ride a snowmobile. A snowmobile, eh? I see. Well, it certainly is an interesting theory. The snowmobile doesn't even look used? I mean, it was in the same position, like, as we saw it, like, when we first came into Hazakura Temple, but I'm not sure. The tracks begin in front of Hazakura Temple and run all the way to Dusky Bridge. The snow is still on it? Oh, wait, really? Wait, let me see that. Taken that night from main gate to Dusky Bridge. That solves your pesky little problem, yes? The Eagle River's current is quite swift, meaning that it doesn't freeze over in winter, making it the perfect place to dispose of the murder weapon. Did you really go to the river to dispose of the murder weapon? Mr. Edgeworth, cross-examination, please. Okay, hold on. Let me see. Let's see that picture. Yeah, let's see this picture first. No, the snow isn't on it. There's no snow on it. It does look used, yeah. Oh, but there's also footsteps. Yes, there's also footsteps. So it doesn't mean that the snowmobile was like definitely used. Like she could have walked away. Like, yeah, there are also footsteps. That's also important, but no one's pointing that out. And also, what happened at 11 p.m. was that Dusky Bridge was on fire. So, you are sure about the time? Yes, I was worried about it, after all. Why was that? Because I have a strong sense of responsibility, especially at this time of year. The acolyte was being doused in freezing water at the time. I couldn't very well take it easy in the bath all night now, could I? And the tracks? Yeah. So at 11, I decided to leave Hazakura Temple. Your estimation of its time seems reliable, at least. Please continue, sister.
Hold it!
You asked Phoenix Wright to report the crime, correct? Right. The one who trampled me. It seems she has the type to hold a grudge. Phoenix just didn't see her, man. She's so mean. He wasn't a phone in the main hall, so I sent him to the bridge. Phoenix Wright. He didn't even have his cell phone on him. He had forgotten it at home, apparently. Oh, what a naive boy, as always. Not only do I always carry my phone, but I always have my whip in hand, too. Girl carries a phone. You know, if she was in America, she'd be... she would have an amazing self-defense license, I think. Why is she so prepared to just whip out the whip? Anyway, I was really scared and it was taking me a while to get back. So I thought I'd go out by the main gate for a spell. And there I saw tracks!
Hold it!
As I recall, there was a snowmobile outside the main gate when I visited. Yeah, there's snow in this image. That's it, that's the only one we have. It'll run no matter how much snow falls. Now, you're certain the snowmobile was there at the main gate when you arrived? Yes, of course. It was parked in front of the gate. So, she had already gone, discarded the murder weapon and returned by that time. I'm not sure if this is really relevant. What should I do? Press further, just in case. I need answers to every possible doubt. The snowmobile in question. Was it so warm at that time? Huh? What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean, eh? What do you mean, Miles Edgeworth? I'm playing to a slow crowd here. It goes without saying that using a snowmobile will heat its engine. If it was still warm, then it means it was recently used. Ah, I see. I never thought of that. That's right, and I overlooked that too. Of course you did. Then answer the question, please, witness. I don't often go around touching hot engines. However, now that you mention it, there wasn't any snow on it. No. Yeah, Miles, what do you mean? Yeah, Edgeworth, what do you mean? Yes, for some reason, only the snowmobile wasn't covered in snow. There wasn't any snow on it. Curses. It seems highly likely the killer did use a snowmobile then, eh? How long does it take to get to Dusky Bridge with a snowmobile? 15 minutes to walk to Dusky Bridge, but less than 5 using one of those.
Hold it!
In that case, why didn't you use it yourself? You could have spared yourself some walking. Ah, there's a reason for that. Have you got a moment for me to explain? I think that's why the question was asked in the first place. It was about a month ago. I was driving my beloved little snowmobile, happy as can be. I'd fetched some water and was heading back when I went and crashed into a tree. Ah! The tree and my bag both went crunch, just like that. That's not a crunch sound, that's a gulping sound. That's a gulping sound, that's not a crunch sound. I haven't been able to find the courage to write anything since then. Anyway, the killer must have used it.
Hold it!
Refresh our memory. How long were you knocked out for? Like I said, somewhere between 10 to 20 minutes. It's possible to get back to the bridge and back in 10 minutes using the snowmobile. I have to concede that is more than enough time. Is that all you wish to concede, Miles Edgeworth? Wait, I didn't press the last one. She seems pretty inclined to ride younger men, though. Ha 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 ha. Nah, I don't think she's like freaky like that. I think she just wants to flirt with men.
Hold it.
Gulp, I say as I take a bite of a Pop-Tart. Ha 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 ha. Crunch even. Gulp. Gulp is the sound you make when you crash into a tree. While it would have been possible time-wise, one element remains out of place here. Oh? And what would this mystery element be? The killer's reasoning, Your Honor. Why did the killer do all of this? Why go to the Eagle River to dispose of the murder weapon when there are other methods? Too many unanswered questions. Your response, Miss Von Karma? Wow, turning to me for help over the slightest thing. Why don't you think for yourself once in a while? Your Honor. What? She's as over the top as always. Anyway, whatever the reason, the fact remains that the defendant could have done this. Remember the weapon was disposed of in the river. Another point to me, Miles Edgeworth. Another mystery to feed the fire, blah 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 blah. Okay. We saw tracks that indicated the snowmobile had been used. Did Phoenix use the snowmobile? I forget. It takes 15 minutes to walk the Dusky Bridge, but less than 5 using one of those. Maybe they threw the weapon into Eagle River and came back while it was knocked out. No, wait, I think Phoenix ran to the bridge, right? He didn't, like, walk there? Could be, right? Yeah, it could be either Phoenix or Larry. Yeah, it could be either Phoenix or Larry. Maybe they threw the weapon into Eagle River and came back while I was knocked out. Lightning struck Dusky Bridge at 10:45, about around 30 minutes passed between the fire starting and going out. I feel like this could be something. Yeah, this could be something. Now let's look at this again. Yeah, okay, so there wasn't any snow on it. Tracks that it could have been used, yes. Oh, I think I know this. Okay. Huh. Yeah, I feel like Larry could have used it. I don't know. The sound of the snowmobile? Huh, is it? Cause like, there's only like, I don't know, one set of tracks of the snowmobile. Yeah, there's only one set of tracks of the snowmobile. I could be overthinking it. It could be an art direction. It could be art direction, but there's also only one set of tracks, and there's also footsteps. So, like, yeah, if the snowmobile was used from and back, then there would have been two sets of tracks, not just one. Iris could have done that. Yeah. It takes 15 minutes to walk to Dusky Bridge, but less than 5 using one of those. Maybe they threw the weapon into Eagle River and came back while it was knocked out. Yeah, and she said she was like out for like 10 to 20. And so, if they walked to the bridge and then use a snowmobile back, then I don't know, man. I don't know. Maybe they threw the weapon into Eagle River and came back while it was knocked out. Okay. Let's try presenting the photo. Let's just see what happens.
Objection!
Okay, it's not that. I was testing you just now, Your Honor. Okay, so it's not that? Maybe? What would it be then? Ooh. You saw tracks? Okay. Maybe they threw the weapon into Eagle River and came back while it was knocked out. Iris could have done that. She can drive a snowmobile after all. Okay, maybe they threw the weapon into Eagle River and came back while it was knocked out. It could have been the case, but also, you know, lightning struck Dusky Bridge. But like, that doesn't really matter in this case, right? Maybe? Huh. Wait, what would this be? I feel like it's, if it's not the photo, then it's the weather report. Yeah, if it's not the image, then it's the weather report, I suppose. Maybe they threw the weapon into Eagle River and came back while it was knocked out. Iris could have done that. She can drive a snowmobile after all. I don't know, man. I'll just try it. Okay, it's not that. Okay. Let me save here. Oh, what could it be? Iris could have done that. She can drive a snowmobile after all. Maybe I presented the wrong thing. Like, maybe I presented that during the wrong statement. It could have been that. Oh, I did use the wrong statement. Okay. I admit this photograph proves something. It proves that the snowmobile was used on the night of the murder. You finally accepted the inevitable, it seems, Miles Edgeworth. However, if what the witness says is true, then why is there only one set of tracks? There we go. I'm so smart. What do you mean? Iris left Hazakura Temple, threw the weapon into the river, and then returned. If this was the case, then naturally there should be two sets of tracks in the snow. Those from heading out to the bridge and those from coming back. Ah! You're right! Huh. You are forgetting one thing, Miles Edgeworth. You could say I was on the right track? Yeah? Yeah? Yeah, you could say that. On the night of the murder, it was snowing. The tracks leading to the bridge were erased by the snowfall. This removes your precious contradiction now, doesn't it? I see. While he was at the river, the snow stopped, leaving just the return tracks in the snow. But there's no way we've been covered in 5 minutes, man. What do you have to say now, Miles Edgeworth? Is there a flaw in her theory? This idea that the snowfall covered one set of tracks. There is a contradiction. There's footsteps. The tracks to the river were covered by snow. What a nice theory. However, Miss Von Karma, that is impossible. Would you care to explain why there is a rude index finger generally currently pointed in my general direction? Well, you're okay. I may have a rude index finger currently pointed in your direction, but you have an entire rude hand pointed in my general direction. Mind your manners, Franny. No need. The evidence will do all the talking for me. On the night of the murder, the killer went to and returned from Dusky Bridge in order to dispose of the murder weapon. The outgoing tracks were erased by snow. Or so claims Miss Von Karma. Mr. Edgeworth, present your evidence to the contrary, eh? Evidence that the outgoing tracks were not covered by snow. Evidence that the outgoing tracks were not covered by snow? Well, the footsteps, innit? Oh wait, no, the weather report. Yes, snow, 7 to approximately 10:50 p.m. Around that time. Yeah. Snow, 7 to approximately 10. Maybe? maybe, question mark, probably around in it. Shut up. It's probably this one.
Take that!
Hopefully. Oh, witness, please tell us again what time it was when you witnessed a crime. Like I said, it was around 11. Of course, this means that the weapon was thrown away after that time, correct? On that note, please take a look at this data. It is a weather report for Eagle Mountain on the night of the murder. The weather report. Snow started to fall at 7 p.m., but it stopped at around 10:50. There we go, I'm so smart. Therefore, when the sister witnessed the crime at 11 p.m., the snow had already stopped falling. It is impossible for any tracks made after the time to have been covered up. Ah! There we go, I'm so smart, I'm so good at this. Order. Very well done. It looks like Miss Von Coleman's claim has been snowed in. Yeah, it has been snowed in, man. Wow, it's too soon to be closing this trial due to snow. It's too soon to call in a snow day even. Miles Edgeworth, how pathetic of you to rely on the weather of all things. Answer me this then. When is a weather report ever correct? Well, I would assume 99% of the time? What? Ah, no, you've got it all wrong. This isn't a forecast, this is actual data. Forecast, data, all weather reports have some inaccuracies. You've heard enough dad jokes that it to last you till winter? Okay, Bikini. It may have still been snowing in the vicinity well past 11 p.m. It's true, we cannot be totally sure, right? What? How did you pull that off? It had stopped snowing at Hazakura Temple when the murder took place. You need to provide conclusive evidence of this. I've come this far. There's no turning back now. Very well. I too cannot allow any doubt to remain concerning this testimony. Huh. You can't back down, can you? Such a perfectionist, Miles Edgeworth. Says you. Very well then, Mr. Edgeworth. Where's your evidence that it had already stopped snowing when the victim was killed? Where's my evidence? The attorney's badge, clearly. Where's your evidence that it already stopped snowing when the victim was killed? The fact that there's no snow on top of her. That's the evidence. Hello. Hi, Alex. 건미야. Yeah, that's the... Wait, no, that's actually the evidence. There's no snow on top of her.
Take that!
Ultimately, it all comes down to one point. That being, whether or not it was snowing in that courtyard when the victim was stabbed. And that's right, but proving that is... incredibly easy. There we go. If we want to know whether it was snowing or not, this photo will tell us everything. Of course, I am referring to the photo of the crime scene. As you can see, everything is covered with snow, with just one exception. And that is... the victim herself, Miss Elise Dunim. Yeah, I'm so good at this. Why is there no snow on top of her? The answer is simple. It had stopped snowing when she was killed, that's why. In other words, if the killer really did go to Eagle River to dispose of the murder weapon, then in this photograph, there shouldn't be two sets of tracks. Ah, well, yeah, well, there are two sets of tracks, they're just very different, suspiciously different. Order, just what are you suggesting, Miles Edgeworth? To be honest, I'm not entirely sure myself, but this is simply what all of the facts point to. That night, someone used a snowmobile to leave Hazakura Temple. Now, from the tracks left, it can be understood that they were heading for Dusky Bridge. At that time, it was still snowing. Of course it was, because those tracks were erased by the snow. Then, when this person returned to Hazakura Temple, the snow had stopped. Thus, the return tracks remained. Can I say something? This all sounds a bit fishy to me. What does, sister? There is only one key for the snowmobile. Oh. Furthermore, on the night in question, we know that the defendant had it. The key was found in her room after the murder. Which can only mean that night, Iris used a snowmobile to go to the inner temple. But Iris said that she never went there. I should probably press on this point some more when I get the chance. Yeah, we should. That is suspicious. Someone walked back. Someone walked. At the very least. It was Phoenix. It was Phoenix. Yeah, those, like, the set of footprints has to be Phoenix. The snowmobile can't cross the suspension bridge. So she must have left it on the Hazakura's side of the bridge and crossed on foot. That sounds right. But what's odd is, when I left Iris and returned to Hazakura Temple, I didn't see anything near Dusky Bridge. You must have just failed to see it, sister. Maybe, but when I made it back to Hazakura Temple, it was there by the main gate. The snowmobile, I mean. I know what I saw. It was covered in snow too. Huh, suspicious. But that is impossible! Order, order, order. In the court, what does this all mean? So then what was the snowmobile used for? There's two of Iris. Clearly there's two of Iris. It wasn't taken by the defendant when she went to the inner temple. If it had been, then the witness couldn't possibly have seen it by the gate. Furthermore, it wasn't used by the killer to dispose of the murder weapon. If that was the case, there should be two sets of tracks in this photo. Fresh snow? Yeah, fresh, crunchy, yummy snow. Delicious even. Don't worry though, it's not yellow. After it stopped snowing, someone used a snowmobile to return to Hazakura Temple. Oh. I never thought a simple snowmobile could cause so much trouble. I think we've learned all we can from this witness. Yes, I have nothing more to add. I told you everything. Everything that I know. But then, that still leaves us with the same problem. If only there was someone, a witness who could testify to having seen the snowmobile. A witness, huh? Larry! Was there no one out walking perhaps near Dusky Bridge on that night? Larry! I don't think that's likely. It was cold enough to freeze your ears off. Larry! Only an idiot! Oh my gosh! Would go out wandering in that. Unless they had something really important to do. That's a shame. Hold on. Something is coming to me. An idiot may well have gone wandering out on that subarctic night. Yes, an idiot! Your Honor, actually, there just might be one individual who may be of help to us. Really? You know of someone who might have seen the snowmobile on the night of the murder? I don't know for sure if he saw it or not. But there are two things about him that do come to mind. One, he is an idiot. First, that he saw something incredible on the night of the murder. And the second being, and if only some idiot like that existed? Exactly. This individual that I'm thinking of went wandering out outside on that cold night. In other words, he is our kind of idiot. There we go. Mr. Edgeworth, who is this idiot you're talking about? Phoenix, right? This guy must be a product of Jean-Luc de Laduc's kind of obnoxious French painting. This is Larry Bunce, a disciple of the victim, Elise Dunim. A student. Interesting. And why was he wandering about outside on the night of the murder? Because he's an idiot. That's... I could tell them all about his designs for Iris, but it may cause his credibility as a witness before I even call him. He is, after all, an artist. He was perhaps searching for something in the snowy scenery that would move him. Although I can't guarantee that this is the reason. And so, this unfortunate, unreliable-looking man, true. He may be an idiot, but he's Edgeworth's idiot? I don't think Edgeworth would claim him. He's just an idiot. What exactly was it that he saw? I intend to extract that from him, right here in this courtroom. There we go. Summon this youth as a witness immediately. I have no choice, do I? I believe he is in the gallery for this trial. It would not take long to summon him. Very well. Larry. You may have escaped me yesterday, but today I'm going to get everything out of you. Yes, the Cyclops, yippee! The court will now adjourn for a 20-minute break. Miss Von Carmel, please see to prepare the next witness. Understood, Your Honor. Good. Well then, court is now in recess. Yippee! I love recess. You're back? Welcome back, Doom. Edge with edging moment. Imagine Edgy just walking by and hearing Franny and Edward fighting. Yeah. Yes, I will save my progress up to this point. Okay. I am going to go for a water bridge. So, be right back. What are you fools posting in my chat? I cannot believe all of you. Aster, I'm going to get you. I will hunt you down. I hate. Why would you ruin my chat with ball? Anyway, I'm back. Hi, I got water. I went. I went to the toilet. February 9, defendant lobby number 1. Finally, our goat, Larry, our king.
Excuse me, Mr. Edgeworth? I'm not really sure what to say.
Iris, we only have 20 minutes. There are 2 things which I need to ask you before we reconvene.
Alright, I'll help you any way I can.
First, about that night. You really didn't go to the Inn Temple, correct? The last witness claims to have met and talked with you in the training hall. Either you or Sister Bikini is lying.
Mr. Edgeworth, it is just as I said yesterday. Until the incident occurred, I was in my own room in Hazakura Temple.
Why, that's just our call-out, isn't it? Yes, it is our call-out in Rabbit and Steel alongside COVID and... yeah, it's just a call-out. You're right, you're right. Welcome back, you're having pizza tonight, yummers? Oh, dude, pizza would go so good right now. No, I had it recently. It's okay. I had it sort of recently. Very well. The second thing done. That night, the temple snowmobile was used in between the times Sister Bikini returned to the main hall when she bore witness to the murder. Sometime between 10:30 and 11 PM that night. Were you the one who used the snowmobile?
There is only one key for the snowmobile. The only person who could have used it was me.
So it was you? But why? What made you go out the Dusky Bridge?
I'm sorry, Mr. Edgeworth.
Oh, Cyclops? In the... Cyclops in court? 5! Iris.
I can't tell you about that yet.
Yet?
Not until her safety is confirmed.
Her? Pearl? Maya? Her.
The safety of the acolytes.
The acolyte, huh? She must be talking about Maya. What about Pearl? What happened to Pearl? It's him. Who is him? You're having this new flavor called Hot Honey Pepperoni. And then getting the old reliable mushroom pizza, would you love? Hot Honey Pepperoni. Wait, I kinda wanna try that. I kinda wanna try that. Did Edward steal the jewel thingy from Maya? No, after Phoenix fell from the bridge, he gave it to him in the hospital, off-screen. Iris, look me in the eye and tell me the truth. Did you kill Elise Dunim?
No matter who or what may come, I could never take a life.
As I thought. No psycholocks. That's not the name for it, Edward. Very well. It is my job to get to the truth. You'll discover this for yourself soon enough. Sure, you'll mail it to me? Thanks, man. February 9, courtroom number 7. Court will now reconvene. Miss Von Karma, where is the witness?
During the break,
A man was detained for suspicious behavior in the gallery? Suspicious behavior? He was sketching something, very intensely. Dare I ask what the witness was sketching when he was detained? He drew a terrifying woman, armed with a demonic face and a vicious whip. Oh my gosh! I can only presume that his intention was to capture you. Anyway, it's time to drag this pathetic excuse for an artist before the court. Hey, he's pretty good at drawing, man. He's actually pretty good at art. Laurice Dunim, I hope you're ready. Get in here. It would seem that whip is going to see plenty more use today. Good, Larry deserves it. You've been on One Pizza Tower Show on his channel. I'm glad you're back. Hello, Camille. Your sketch is in contempt this court. Hey, we're just artistically rendering... Ouch! You tried to run away from the bailiff who was trying to hand you your subpoena, correct? But look, I'm nothing but a fledgling artist training out in the mountains. I'm only down here in the city because I ran out of green paint. Well, to use the technical term for the color, Viridian. No, Viridian's a shade of it, man. Larry, this is an art store now, is it? I know I graduated junior high, okay? Look, art is all about working in the fields, isn't it? No? I don't... No? Working in the fields? I presume you wanted to say field work. I hope. That's it? Thanks, buddy. It's kind of sad that I was able to understand his mangled train wreck of a sentence. Do I need field work? I mean, I guess, look like going around for, like, inspiration as part of fieldwork? I don't know, man. I need to go to an art gallery soon, actually. I want to visit the art museum. So see, I've got nothing to do with this trial, at all. I expect all of your faces to be red when you realize this mistake. Bright red. Or, to use a technical term, Crimson Lake. This is reminding me of those... of those paint mixing videos. Those paint mixing videos on YouTube Shorts where, like, they mix two colors together and they give the most specific name for it. Like, they'll put a bright red and a bright yellow together and say it's like persimmon orange or something. It got me so it makes me so mad for no reason. I don't know why. I'm gonna see those trees in the mountains and make sure he does need green. Yeah. It's okay though. With enough color mixing, you can get green by mixing red and yellow. Wait, no, not red and yellow, red and blue. Wait, no, yellow and... or... yellow and blue. Ouch! Ouch! Ouch, 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 ouch. Oh my gosh, why is she whipping everyone? Stop your pathetic blabbing and testify like a man. Refrain from whipping me, Miss Von Karma. Cross-whipping is as bad as cross-checking. What's wrong with cross-checking? Witness, that was all your fault. Testify now. This is too much for me. What I saw. I was at that lodge out in the mountains, looking up at the stars that night. I walked to the bridge a number of times, but I didn't see a snowmobile. He stuttered. I didn't see anyone at the bridge that night either. The girl I was waiting for didn't show up. My teacher died on me. I'm all alone now. Aren't I edgy? Edgy. Witness, please refrain from talking directly to the lawyer during your testimony. I'm just a nobody. He's just a girl even. Nothing but a small worthless man, aren't I? Yeah. And why wasn't I asked for my name and occupation or for anything else? Mr. Edgeworth, this man seems to have quite a severe inferiority complex. Deserved. Edgy poo? Horrific. He's recently been the cause of numerous incidents. I think he's finally realized for himself just how much of a nuisance he has been to other people. Yeah, that's right, and behind everything, every case. Yeah, even the first case. Watch out, okay? Just touching me will make you eternally unhappy. I don't think anyone would... Okay, you know what? I'm being too hard on him. He's just trying his best. Well done. Let us proceed with the cross-examination. With no touching, thank you. We can delve into the other details at a later time. Did you see the Pope-mobile too? Ha ha! He probably did. Layers everywhere, man. Okay, let me save here. Actually, let me save. You know, I already saved over there. Whatever, man. I was at that lodge out in the mountain, looking up at the stars that night. I walked to the bridge a number of times, but I didn't. Oh wait, oh wait. I should press. Sorry.
Hold it!
Whatever is the matter, Mr. Edgeworth? This one single statement is so full of contradictions. For a moment there, I thought I was going to collapse. So, witness, any idea as to where these contradictions in your testimony lie? Depending on your answer, I may stay with my whip. Okay, give me a moment. Well, it was snowing that night, so I couldn't possibly have seen the stars. That rundown shack is hardly a lodge, is it? And even if the stars could be seen, it isn't like I was there to look at them, right? See? You can do it if you try. Ouch! There's only one issue here. What you saw at Dusky Bridge.
Hold it!
So he wasn't even looking at the stars a number of times. How many? Maybe 5 times? I went once every 20 minutes. Which means you spent almost 2 hours at Heavenly Hall that night? You bet! Real love is about waiting with your heart in your hands. Love, you say? It was this man's intention to summon the defendant to the small shack, using this blackmail letter. But blackmail? No, that was simply a product of overflowing love. You huffy-puffy, loosey-goosey excuse for a whimpering, whining wuss of a witness. By the way, Mako, good news? What's the good news, man? So, what did you see? Oh, for your sake, you saw a snowmobile. You huffy-puffy, loosey-goosey excuse for a whimpering, whining wuss of a witness, eh? This is a very good insult. This is a very good insult. Bars? I know, right? Freddy's spitting. Ah, well, you see. Being called those names doesn't seem to bother him at all. You didn't see us at snowmobile? Larry, you really didn't see it? Hey, I don't need to hit your desk, I can hear you. I didn't see it. I didn't see a snowmobile. Larry, say snowmobile for me, please. Snowmobile. If you truly have nothing to hide, then why are you stammering like you just flew over Cuckoo's nest? So shut up! What is this? I don't know, don't ask me! It seems that I'll need to suffer a more obvious contradiction. I'm going to strike the blow that will finally get him to spill the beans. You didn't see anyone at the bridge that night either?
Hold it!
It's our Phoenix, man. You didn't meet anyone? That's right, because I've got nothing to do with this. And I'm just here to buy some Viridian paint, okay? Come on, I expect to see those Crimson Lake faces. Now! Why is there alliteration? Franny just has bars, man. It would appear that simply pressing him isn't going to be enough, Mr. Edgeworth. Indeed. I need to slice through his obvious contradictions. He needs to cut through his words, even. I'm going to cut through your words. You didn't see anyone at that night? Are you sure, man? Are you sure, man? Hold on. Let me see if this up. Okay, there's nothing about that there. You didn't see anyone that night? Are you sure, man?
Objection!
Larry Butts, I can understand why you might want to throw your old life away. You're pretty pathetic, and you cause all sorts of trouble. I'm sorry, but having realized just how much of a nuisance you have been, that could be considered a step in the right direction. Edgy, are you trying to console me? It certainly doesn't sound that way to me. However, sorry, what got you? Because alliteration always allows artistic expression? True. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers even. I cannot forgive you for simply turning away from the incidents you create. Would I survive the bridge fall? I would. I would totally survive a bridge fall. If Eagle River was underneath, I would totally survive that bridge fall. Now then, let us talk about the night of the murder. Sister Bikini, after seeing the murder take place, asked Phoenix where to report it. Thus, he headed for the public phone by the bridge. There, he happened across a certain nefarious individual. You, Larry Butts! That's right, me in the flesh. Listen carefully, witness. It doesn't matter if you change your name. So long as you remain pretty pathetic, you will continue to cause these incidents. True! True. That reality will not change. She'll use her jacket as a parachute? Yeah, I would use my jacket as a parachute. But what do you want me to do then? My jacket has so many functions, you know? Larry, what you need to change is your inner self. But for now, what you saw that night, testifying truthfully about this one issue is all I need from you. Edgy. I think I've finally woken up. Have you? Well, I guess I can still be sleeping. But anyway, I'll do it. I'll testify. Well, I'm not sure this will go especially well. I'll ask again then, witness. What did you see on the night of the murder? Finally, he's What I Saw Part 2, the sequel. I went to the shack at around 9, so it would have been around 10:30 p.m. I was lying under my bedding when a white flash almost blinded me. I looked out the window and Dusky Bridge was on fire. There was still some thunder, but I went right away to check on it. To check it out, sorry. That's when I ran into Nick. You certainly saw quite a lot, didn't you? So, what happened to the bridge after it caught on fire? It burned? What do you mean what happened to the bridge after it caught on fire? It collapsed. It was like me after a 3-day stint chasing a girl. He was for sure doing questionable things. Oh, absolutely. I would not put it, like, past him. It totally burnt out. Like, almost totally gone. I mean, trying to cross a burning remains was what caused Nick to fall. Oh, what did you say? Oh, don't worry. There's nothing life-threatening. He just caught a cold. I never know with that man if I should be called lucky or unlucky. Now, Mr. Edgeworth, please commence your cross-examination. Alright, press time. You know, I'm surprised Phoenix didn't, like, make it out without a broken bone or something. Because, like... falling into the water from the bridge, like, that would hurt. That would hurt a lot. And, like, you could break something. Because, like, we don't live by Minecraft rules, obviously. Slamming into the water at that speed, like from that height, it would hurt if you were in the correct position. And like, even if you were in the correct position, you still have a chance of like hurting. If you want to like dive, yeah, if you want to dive, like into the water from a height, you have to like, hold on. Sorry, let's get rid of this sigh. Yeah, you have to like, yeah, let's say this is the water, right? You have to like stand perfectly still. Like you need to be in a vertical position if you don't want that to hurt. Cause like if you don't, your back is gonna slam against like the force of that water. It's going to hurt. No one gets falling from any bridges in these games, it seems. I mean, hey. You know what? That's good. That's good actually. At that height, it should have been like concrete to hit the water. Yeah, exactly. Water can cool you down, but it can also burn you up. Ah, yep. What did you do out there in the cold for an hour and a half? Well, if you really must know, I was busy being excited. I guess. Excited? Oh right, he was meeting what was her name? Iris. I said the meeting time was 10 PM, right? But I couldn't wait, and I thought she might come early too. Well, it seems she didn't come at all in the end. Because they never arranged to meet in the first place, did they? Shut up! Don't go picking my fond memories apart! If you pencil dive into water with your toes pointed down, you kind of just sploosh into it? Yeah, definitely. You could also go in head first, but that's like very risky, I would say. Yeah, like the best way to dive into water would be to make sure you land with your body straight up like an arrow and like with your feet towards the floor, like towards the water. I thought maybe Iris had lost her way, so every 20 minutes or so I went out to the bridge. But I didn't see anything particularly suspicious. I didn't have anything else to do, so I went back to the shack to wait for her. You land like a lance towards the earth?
Hold it!
This light was, of course, lightning. Like, kerpow! Like a slap from Naomi, honestly. A big bada boom. Ouch, like that? Or a little like that? Ah, that's more like a punch from Miranda. Witness, did you actually see the lightning hit the bridge? If I go head first, there's a high chance of severe head trauma and death on impact, Mako? Nah, I'd win. Well, I was a bit startled by the flash of light, so...
Hold it!
Do not trust Mako for survival tips, chat? Hey, I would do great in Minecraft survival mode. No, I would not. I would not do good in Minecraft survival mode. I was a creative games player. Seeing that, what did you do? What do you think? I was burning up as well from the fire in my heart. Sure, man. And that's why you went to take a look at the bridge? Well, to be honest, it was freezing cold, so at first I thought, forget it, I'm not leaving my covers. But it pretty much stopped snowing, so I don't know, I changed my mind. I'm not sure I care for the forget it attitude you had at first, Witness.
Hold it!
You said right away, but exactly how long after the strike was that? The lightning fell and the bridge caught on fire, maybe around 5 minutes.
I mean, I suddenly thought, gotta go check this out. How far is the small shack you were in from the bridge? Hold on. Well, it had pretty much stopped snowing. I guess about a 5-minute walk? And how did Dusky Bridge look when you got there? Like I'd recovered a piece of my childhood. Burning? I mean, not even a bonfire kids make during school camping trips can compare. That's called the Dunning-Kruger effect? Wait, what's called the Kruger effect? Should I press for a little more info? Yes, why did you call anyone? Larry, let me ask you one thing. What is it, Edgy? What's with the serious face? Why didn't you call anyone? Huh? What do you mean? Normally, when faced with a towering inferno, one would try to tell someone. There's a public phone right by Dusky Bridge, correct? Well, of course I thought of doing that. So then, let's hear why you didn't. Huh? Yeah, okay. A reason. My reason. It isn't that I didn't try to tell anyone, I just didn't have time to, okay? Why? Hold on, let's press him again. Yes, why did you go to the bridge? So you suddenly thought to check out the bridge? Does this mean that you initially had no intention of doing so? Well, yeah, I guess it does. It was really cold. I didn't really want to go out there. If that's the case, why did you change your mind? I would like to hear your reasoning. In which case, please give testimony to that effect, witness. My reasoning? Okay, reasoning, is it? I thought I'd never get another chance to see something so big burning? That sounds like Cap. That sounds like Cap.
Hold it!
So you decided to go and see what was happening? That's right. We're talking about a massive suspension bridge burning to high heaven. Dunning-Kruger effect describes a cognitive bias for individuals with low competence in a specific area tend to overestimate their abilities. Are you calling? I have very high competence. I have very high competence. That's not something you see every day. A real like, really special? Can we really trust a witness who is unable to pronounce spectacle? Life seems to love hitting this poor witness below the belt. Well, my motto is to hit life back as hard as I can. Ah! I'll give you a few hits too, if you like. With my whip. You told me about the burning bridge yesterday, but there's still something that doesn't quite fit. It looks like, despite his change of heart, Larry still isn't telling us the whole truth. Okay, when a white flash almost blinded me, you looked out the window, the Dusky Bridge was on fire. So it would have been around 10:30. Let's check the weather data again. Okay, yeah, 10 to approximately 11. That sounds right. Lightning struck Dusky Bridge at 10:45. 10:45? 10:45? It would have been about 10:30. It's 10:45. You thought you'd never get another chance to see something so big burning? Okay, it's not that photo. Okay, it's this one. 10 p.m. It would have been about 10:30 p.m. Okay, I'm gonna save here first. You were lying under your bedding when a white flash almost blinded you. You looked out the window, Dusky Bridge was on fire. There was still some thunder, but you went right away to check it out. You thought you'd never get another chance to see something so big burning. Is this really? I feel like the only thing that contradicts is the... what was it? The weather data. Yeah, okay. Around 30 minutes passed between the fire starting and going out. Lightning struck Dusky Bridge at 10:45. He said it's around 10:30. Which... I guess makes sense. Thunder and lightning happen simultaneously technically. Larry be lying. Yeah, he is capping. It would have been around about 10:30 p.m. You went right away to check it out. Okay, so something I'm thinking something happened between 10:30 and 10:45. Let's try it.
Objection!
Okay, it's not. When a white flash almost blinded you. Would he have been able to see Dusky Bridge from Heavenly Hall? I think he would. I think he would. Off topic, but would you guys buy a game you really like when you pretty much watch the whole playthrough? If I really liked it, then I would. If I really liked it, then I would buy the game. Yeah, I've done it for a few games actually. Like, don't get wrong. You with crosscode? Yeah. I feel like it's fine. Maybe it's the map. You were lying under your bedding when a white flash almost blinded you. You looked out the window, Dusky Bridge was on fire. There was still some thunder, but you went right away to check it out. Would he have been able to see Dusky Bridge from Heavenly Hall? I can't tell. I think he can, right? Yes, he saw it? Okay. What would it be then? You thought you'd never get another chance to see something so big burning. Hold on, let me press again. He was able to see Dusky Bridge from here? Yeah, okay. Let's see this one then. Something spectacular. You told me about the burning bridge yesterday, but there's still something that doesn't quite fit. Looks like he still doesn't tell you the whole truth. If only we knew what he was hiding. Under your bedding when a white flash almost blinded him. You looked out the window and Dusky Bridge was on fire. There was still some thunder, but you went right away to check it out. Aha! But you went right away to check it out. Did he though? Cause loss of blood from stabbing back. Body fell 10 feet after death. That doesn't matter. Okay, yeah, he was in the shack. Around 9. So, he couldn't have made the footprints. God, what is it actually? Dusky Bridge was on fire, that makes sense. There was still some thunder, but you went right away to check it out. Hold on, let me press this one again. You said right away, 5 minutes. And how did Dusky Bridge look when you got there? It was already on fire. So, okay, it's probably that. It's probably that. Yeah, it's probably that. It's not? Shoot! Okay, okay, that's enough. Guilty, blah blah blah. No, let's go back, let's go back. What? What is it then? Why is it actually hard? That doesn't make sense, it's Larry! Damn, she lost? Nah, I'd win. I was close? Shoot. Really? I was? Okay. There was still some thunder, but you went right away to check it out. Am I close? Like, it does say 10:30. Okay, 10:45. It's gotta be the weather data. That's the only thing that matters.
Objection!
It's not the weather data? I'm loading again. What? What is it? You looked out the window, the ski bridge was on fire. It would have been about 10:30 p.m. Okay, fine. Press on Larry's statement on thunder?
Hold it!
Okay, let's try it again. You said right away, but exactly how long after strike was that? Lightning fell and then bridge caught on fire. Maybe around 5 minutes? I mean, you suddenly thought, gotta go check this out. How far is the small shack you were in from the bridge? Okay, so it's 5 minutes from the shack to the bridge. Like I had recovered a piece of my childhood. Not even the bonfires kids make during school camping trips can compare. Why didn't you call anyone? Blah 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 blah. Hold on, let me read that again. Let me read all that again. Okay. He heard the strike. Although, okay, so light flashed in his eyes, and then he went right away. So he waited 5 minutes. Okay, he waited 5 minutes. So that's 10:40. No, 10:35. And then, okay, so he reached the bridge at 10:40, and it was already on fire. Okay, probably. Okay, let's try this again then.
Objection!
What the hell? Okay, so I had the right evidence. I just didn't pick the right statement to press on. Okay. Okay. Okay, so I had the right evidence. I just didn't. Okay. Your very existence be a contradiction. I'm not sure if you can grasp this or not. What the hey, Edgy? You make me sound like some sort of alien. But your testimony is conclusively contradictory. The problem here is time. I've never been the best timekeeper, you know. 3 minutes after Billy leaves on foot, you follow him on your bicycle. How long does it take for you to catch up with him? Terrible at those. I mean, how long is the bicycle going? I mean, how far is the bicycle going? This is much more simple. You saw the lightning strike Dusky Bridge, and immediately went to see what had happened. Is this correct? Yeah, well, I wasted about 5 minutes first, but more or less. I have the weather data from the night of the murder here. According to this, the lightning fell at 10:45 p.m. You say it takes less than 5 minutes from the shack to Dusky Bridge, meaning you probably got there at around 11 p.m. That all sounds about right, I guess. And then Nick showed up and did his falling act. That is impossible. What do you mean? 11 p.m. is when the murder occurred in Hazakura Temple. Thus, Wright was still there, in the courtyard. There is no way that Larry could have encountered him at Dusky Bridge at that time. Ah, okay, yeah, I knew that. I'm so smart. Love and peace. Ah, excuse me, I have an objection. You do? Edgy, how many times do I have to say this? I'm not Larry, I'm Maurice Lim. It has not been proven that the murder occurred at 11 p.m. The sister only said around 11, in which case it could have been earlier than that. Did I just say 11 piece? Hate and war. Watch your footing there, Miss Francisca von Karma. The slope ahead is slippery. But there is still no way that Wright could have been at Dusky Bridge at 11 p.m. And why not?
It is clearly written here in the weather data report. It took around 13 minutes for the bridge to burn out. Therefore, the bridge must have been burning until at least 11:15 p.m. Which means... what exactly? Wright did not see the bridge while it was being consumed by the flames that night. In fact, he did not arrive on the scene until after the flames had died down. He didn't? Larry, you arrived at the bridge at 11 p.m. But Wright did not make it there until at least 11:15. I suggest you to stop hiding things and just tell us the whole truth. Now then, what happened during these missing 15 minutes? Ugh, I feel like I just got brutally woken up by toilet splashback. Ew. Toilet splashback? It is I, Eito Aotsuki. We should put our hand in a circle and cheer. God. Play 100 line. So there was a missing 15 minutes prior to meeting Phoenix Wright. I hardly see that as much as a problem. Yeah, not much of a problem at all. Really? The bridge is burning before your eyes, and there is a phone right next to it. Why then did you not report the accident? Yes, witness, why didn't you? Were you there simply to watch the bridge burn? And therein lies the problem. For even after the bridge had burnt out, he was still there. Staring into space, this witness didn't even attempt to fulfill his civic duty. That's what it sounds like. Ah, but this is Larry we're talking about. Even he isn't capable of being so stupid. Larry likes fire? He might be a pyromaniac even. Which means there has to be a reason for his inaction. Oh my gosh, he's locked in. Edgy. I think it's about time I got serious with you, dude. Just as I thought, you've been playing with us all this time. Listen, I'm going to tell you everything. Are you sure you want to hear it all? Yes? I may really say it this time. Everything. Then say it! Very well. I have a terribly bad feeling about this, however. Let's have the witness finally give us the whole truth. Now, for this 15-minute gap, what were you doing, witness? Oh gosh, here it comes? Oh god. What happened? Okay, wait, hold on. I need to drink water. We are strapping in. I'm a Zunim. I'm an artist. What do you think I was doing? Sketching! In front of the bridge! I was whipped up into a frenzy of art! The shock and awe that I was feeling, I transferred it all directly onto the page. Before I realized it, the flames had gone out and then he came running up. I suppose artists can be strange folk. That's right! I'm willing to sacrifice everything in order to draw the perfect sketch. Including the truth from the sound of it. Mr. Edgeworth, has it removed the last of your doubts? Not at all, Your Honor. One very large doubt still remains. And what would that be? This is a surprisingly believable story, especially considering the source. So why did I think he needed to hide it from us until now? I intend to drag the reason out of him. Ha ha ha! You'll regret this, Edgy. Okay.
Hold it!
Tell us, Larry. My name is Laurice, get it right! Mistakes like that are what keep you from being popular with the ladies like I am! One witness has literally tried to hit on him. What are you doing here, Larry? Just who exactly are you? I'm Laurice Dunim, apprentice extraordinaire. That's what he calls himself in any case. Then you are an artist? Of course, I'm an artist, the real thing! You know what? Sure, man. Yeah, everyone's an artist. Yet again, that's what he calls himself. Hey, man! Look, he can actually draw really good. He can draw pretty well, even. Names mean nothing. There's only one issue I care to discuss. What were you doing? That is a very big issue indeed.
Hold it!
Were you really sketching? Sketching! The burning bridge? The burning bridge and everything that came with it! What came with it? You want to hear this from my lips, do you, Edgy? You'll regret this! That sketch of mine is... Just show the sketch, man. Enough. Just take that ridiculous sketch of yours out already, witness. What are you talking about? I don't know what you mean. That does indeed appear to be the fastest solution. I'll leave it to you, Mr. Edgeworth. What should I do? I've got a terrible feeling that until this sketch is revealed, the entire world may be changed by what is depicted there.
Look at the sketch, man!
Larry, I wonder if you could show us your sketch, please?
Well, well. Even I couldn't have imagined it turned out like this.
Imagine what?
That Laurie Dunham's debut would take place here, today, like this. Show it, now. Okay. But steel yourselves, steel yourselves! Wait, I feel like I need to save here, man. I feel like I need to steal yourselves. Okay. Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da. This is the world of Loristo. Who is that? Who is that? Who is that? What? Who? Ah. Well. So this is Dusky Bridge, correct? Quite a large bridge, isn't it? Your response, Miss Von Karma? So what do I think, Mako? Is this a masterpiece? Well, okay, you want me to do an art review? Like, I'll do the art review as soon as I get it into my court record, man. Yes, well, it's a better drawing than I expected. Isn't it? Isn't it? I struggled to reproduce those flames. I really did.
Yes, I'm sure you did. This is going to get ugly. No one has the courage to bring it up, it seems. This mysterious flying object. Larry.
What?
The burning bridge is fine. But what is that unfortunate looking figure?
Please don't tell me that's Pearl. Please do not tell me that's Pearl. That cannot be Pearl. No, ah, you spotted that? I thought you might.
However much I might want to ignore it, I can't.
It's Iris, of course, Iris. Iris? I wish she'd take better care of herself. We have to plan for our future, you know? What would have happened to her if she had injured herself flying like that?
Larry, please, answer this next question honestly.
That's Iris? Okay.
Are you really claiming to have seen this? Are you claiming to have seen the silhouette of the defendant? Flying over a bridge that was engulfed in flames?
Yep, that's what I saw. That's why I drew it. I'm an artist, a real artist.
Are you high? The girl, she's really high up in this picture.
Are you high, Larry? Raputa?
Raputa! Bro came to court high? Yeah. What was that for?
This is all a bad dream.
I was hitting you on the cheek to test that theory. Please rub your own cheek from now on if you wish to test your wild theories. Anyway, no court of law will ever acknowledge that people can fly. Actually, there is some precedent for this.
You were flying pretty high, my sweet Iris. She was about 30 feet above the bridge.
He's high.
Can we get much higher?
Oh god. Iris can, at least. But this has to be some kind of mistake. Mr. Edward, please bring the witness back down to earth.
What? Me?
His witness is your friend, is he not? No.
An accessory to foolishness, Miles Edgeworth.
Let us get back to the cross-examination, by force if necessary. Mr. Edgeworth, I expect you to expose the obvious contradiction here.
Yes, Your Honor.
Looks like I've got another reason to remember this moron.
Well, what did you think of our debut piece?
Get that thing away from me.
Larry's sketch added to the court record.
Now, hurry up and cross-examine him.
Okay, wait, hold on. Okay, welcome to an art review. So, you see, oh god. How do I even analyze this? Okay, so let us talk about So first we have to discuss the medium of which this piece was created with. Judging from the texture seen here, it seems that he used crayons. It seems that he used crayons to depict this piece, but he actually does have some sort of technical skill because he used smudging of red crayon to depict like the glow of the flames. If you look at this from a purely symbolic like perspective, you could say, hold on, okay. Hold on, I have to, so you see, art is all about BSing, pretty much. Please remember it's slightly rushed as there was an emergency with a bridge on fire. Yes, okay. Yes, we have to take that into account as well. So, a bridge, what is a bridge? We have to take that into consideration first. A bridge is what connects two places. And, yeah, a bridge is what connects two places, obviously. But it's also symbolizing the connection between two people. When you wish to cut connections with someone, you have to think of it as a burning bridge, right? Like you're burning your bridges with another individual. That can be. This is that phrase taken into literal account, and sorry, I can't take this seriously. Give me a second. Right, so a burning bridge is what you call severing your connections with another individual. But in this piece, you see, a girl is flying over the bridge. Well, that's what he says it is, at least. This may be the symbolism of a toxic relationship, actually. This is, yes, you see, this is the depiction of a toxic relationship. This is what Larry has depicted in his artwork. Because you see, this girl is flying over the flames of a burning relationship. This means that no matter what, even if the relationship has gone sour, she still wishes to be by the other individual's side. And you see, the flames have even like enveloped her body. So this piece that Laurice Dunim has made shows the depiction of someone wanting a toxic relationship, even if it consumes them. That is my analysis of this piece. Larry's subconscious is telling him to burn the bridges of toxic relationships? I have literally just written Laurice Dunim's thoughts out loud. The truth of once. Yes, I have. You see, art reflects the artist. Every art piece that an artist makes reflects a piece of themselves, and this is showing Laurice Dunim's view on relationships, his skewed view of wanting to be loved, no matter how much it might hurt him. And you see, this is why Larry Butts, also known as his preferred name, Laurice Dunim, this shows a very strong character analysis of Laurice Dunim himself. Okay, now we can get back to the actual murder case. Okay, you saw Iris her white hood fluttering.
Hold it!
Her white hood? She wasn't wearing one. Just where did you see this sight from? Hey, no need to shout. When I was lying in bed in that rundown shack, the crack of the lightning bolt made me realize that the bridge was burning. I just watched it for a while from there, thinking how nicely it was burning, and after about 5 minutes, I saw it. The defendant flying. That's right. That's when I decided to go to the bridge. Excellent, Meiko. Thank you for that glorious review, Meiko. Truly inspiring. Exactly. You see, every art piece reflects a piece of the artist. Aside from the sketch itself. Yes, the sketch doesn't make any sense. I just need to convince the artist that it's weird, it's ludicrous. The shock and awe, blah blah blah. You transferred everything directly onto the page, and that is the sketch here. Yep,
Sensational, isn't it? Or should that be scandalous? It put my mind at ease anyway. It did. That's right. The reason she didn't come to me even though I waited for her was because she was trapped on the other side of the bridge. Anyway, just think of the drawing from Laurice's POV and you'll find a contradiction. Ah! From Laurice's POV. I see. Okay. Could it be that Iris undertook the dangerous, desperate flight in order to reach me? That's gotta be it. Alright, go me. Nice. Continue, please. Before I'd realized it, the flames had gone out and then he came running up. Who? Phoenix. You forgot the passage of time to that extent, did you? Well, once I got caught up in something, I tend to forget everything else. That's true. He's always been that way. I guess he's not lying about that at least. Phoenix Wright appeared on the scene after 11:15. If he was drawing until then, that dispels all doubts. Aside from the doubts of his humanity, eh? There is a big clue waiting for me in this cross-examination. His testimony does nothing but to mock the court. But I am sure that there is a vital kernel of truth hidden in somewhere. Do I like Oreos? Yes, I love Oreos. The shock and awe that I was feeling, I transferred directly onto the page. Think of it from Laurice's POV. Let's take a look. From Laurice's POV. Huh. Okay, so... this was definitely, like, from a side view, I suppose? Iris could have been falling. Iris could have been falling, I guess. Miko's got this, you can tell the true meaning of art. Well, you see, the thing about art is that it's subjective. Yeah, the thing about art is that it's subjective. Sketching in front of the bridge. More like it from the side, innit? I was whipped up into a frenzy of art. You saw Iris flying, her white hood fluttering. Okay. Sketching in front of the bridge, you were whipped up into a frenzy of art. You saw Iris flying, her white hood fluttering. Well, I mean, this is already a contradiction, but like, Franny was saying, oh yeah, maybe she could have gotten an extra, you know? Also, don't forget how Iris was at the time? Yeah. I'll see this first.
Objection!
Yeah, there we go. Larry, what did you really see that night? Not that I particularly care. In your position, that's just being irresponsible. I drew exactly what I saw. I'll give you a whole $1 if it's truth. Only $1? If that is truly the case, then there is one thing that we can say for certain. What might that be? The person who flew over that bridge could not have been the defendant Iris. What? What do you mean? I don't understand. It could have been Maya even. A foolhardy folly of a foolish statement by an equally foolish foolhardy fool. How exactly can you make this claim? Tell us, Larry. According to this picture, the individual whom you say what you saw was wearing a hood, correct? Of course she was. That rundown shack is quite a way down from the bridge. The hood is what told me that this floating angel was my Iris. It could have been Bikini. The hood is my darling Iris, and Iris is my darling hood. Yeah, Iris is from the hood, man. It seems there are bigger fools in this world than the one at the fences bench. Yeah, when you think you're bad, there's always someone worse. Larry, there's something you need to be made aware of. On the night of the murder, Iris wasn't wearing her hood. She had given it to Wright as a gift. Are you going to change the story now? Perhaps suggest it was Wright who took a flight? Phoenix was wearing the hood? You should have known. Right. What are you talking about? I think you'll understand what I mean just fine. Why did Nick have Iris's hood? What? Angie, what's going on with Iris and Nick? Why, you Nick, you dog!
Hey man, Phoenix just has an immaculate Riz. He's pulling in the huzz even. Oh god. And this unbelievably mysterious sketch is destined to disappear, discredited and discarded, straight into the garbage. Ha! Ha 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 ha! Oh my gosh, crash out? Oh damn it. What is it now, witness? It feels like I've been waiting 25 years for this very day to come. Oh, he's burning because he's Phoenix? Damn. Where's your infuser going to get me, Mako? No! No, don't get me! Edgy, today's the day I get to completely stupefy you. What? What is a mini-year outburst, witness? I hate to have to do this, but I have some definitive evidence. He knows the word definitive, but he doesn't know the word spectacle? Definitive. Evidence? Iris did indeed come flying over the burning bridge. And I, Maurice Du Nim, bro's been waiting almost his whole life? Yeah, shall prove it. Emo anima moment? Actually it's cryptoglobin. I mean, they're the same thing. I didn't expect to ask this again, but we shall be needing your testimony once again. Tell us anything you know concerning the defendant as depicted in the sketch, and show us your evidence that this nightmare was actually reality. Okay, I hope you're ready, Edgy. Because I'm going to feed you a whopping serving of pain. You've been serving us a whopping serving of pain this whole time. Trust me. He's not even scared, he just hates Larry. That's so funny. You're only a few days in, May, don't spoil it. I mean, it's not really that much of a spoiler, it's just a different, it's just like an alternate name for it. Proof that Iris flew! Exclamation mark. When I reached Dusky Bridge, she was already gone. I was so worried, so frantically I searched all over for her. That led to me finding a beautiful crystal spear. Half buried in the snow. I'm sure that Iris was simply wearing a spare hood. After all, no one else could have lost a crystal spear that— Okay, there's a staff. A crystal spear? This one. Pretty, isn't it? You just have it on you? But finders keepers, there's blood on it. Larry, there is blood on that. That spear, where did you find it? Let me see. Around here, somewhere? Looks about right. Wait! Wait, this changes everything! It means... Wait. This changes everything. Wait. Balls, shut up. Shut up, shut up. No, wait, because this means that Elise might not have died in... I don't know, this is where my theory comes into play. Oh my god. And it was half buried in the snow? It had pretty much stopped snowing by then. But there was still some falling as I walked to the bridge. The court accepts this crystal spear. That's mine, okay? I want it back afterwards. There's something on it. Oh my, it's blood! What? Blood? Oh my gosh, it's Elisa's spear! You ready? It's Elisa's balls even! You ready, Edgy? By tomorrow morning, you'll be calling me Master Larry. Nah, man. Yeah, I like the sound of that. No one's going to push me around anymore. Didn't you want to be called Laurice Du Nim only a few minutes ago? Okay, that crystal blood is suspicious, actually. It was already gone. So, you went to the burning bridge? That's right, to meet Iris. She actually flew to get to me. The least I could do was meet her halfway. But the defendant was not at the bridge when you got there, you say? I guess she went back to Hazakuri Temple. She's a girl after all. She must have wanted to look her best. It must be lovely to live in the fantasy land of Larry's mind. She was pondering her orb. Actually, it's so depressing that I can't even work up the energy to points. So what did you do next?
Hold it!
So you searched all over for her.
She was flying pretty high, you know. I thought maybe she slipped on her landing and got hurt. Hey, it was more than possible. Also, when I headed out to the shack the first time, I was snacking a banana. I was pretty sure I threw the peel away somewhere around there, so, you know.
Can one guy really be this stupid?
Yes.
So, did you find any signs of her so-called landing?
I don't really remember. I kept on falling over myself and kinda lost it there for a while.
You fell over yourself?
Yeah, this one was deep, and there was even a banana peel out there. It was from you! It was from you! Yep, you're stupid, and then there's Larry Butts. The short of it is that you didn't find any signs of her landing, correct? Then what happened next?
Hold it!
Half buried. It was sitting in the snow with a little gathered on top of it. It was very hard to spot, actually. I mean, it was dark out, too. I'm impressed you did well to find it. No matter what you may think when you look at me, I'm a pro, a genius security guard. I use a pen light I borrowed from my company to help in my search. And it sparkled really brightly, as if it was saying, here I am to me. He may be stupid. He might be stupid, you know, just might. The incompetency of Larry Butt should be a documentary? True. Like, you know how Christian has a documentary? Same thing. It does indeed look very much like the crystal spear on Iris's hood. But need I remind you that she was not wearing her hood that night? I'm sure that Iris was simply wearing a spare hood. Each nun is assigned their own hood, and they're assigned only one. I don't know anything about that, okay? And Iris is special, alright, dude? Even if she did steal a spare hood, I'll forgive her. This is getting us nowhere. Our destination for the day, it seems. However, this crystal spear was found near the bridge. That is a fact. If it didn't come from a hood, where could it have come from? I know where it might have come from. After all, no one else could have lost a crystal spear that night. Are you sure about that? Let me confirm this one last time, Larry. The reason you thought that was Iris are this hood and this crystal spear, correct? That's right, my gut is never wrong. I met that old bikini next morning, and her crystal spear was still there, safe and sound. Indeed. She was wearing it in this very room earlier today. This case isn't going to end without a fight. Exposing the obvious contradictions in this testimony will be easy. But I fear that all of that waits us are further mysteries. Larry is a rare case of someone with IQ in the negatives? Hey man, that's an accomplishment. He needs to be researched. Bro's like, who would have been castrated that night? Shut up. After all, okay, wait. Okay, just in case because there's two evidence pieces you could present. There's two evidence pieces you could present. So, victim stuff. Okay, there we go. Whew. Larry. That night, there was someone who lost a crystal spear. There was? Who was a stupid idiot? Miss Elise Dunib, the mentor to a stupid idiot. The victim? I have a photo of her here. And on the end of her staff, you can see a familiar-looking crystal spear. Hey, that's my photograph. Give it back. A crystal spear like that is quite easy to find. I have one just like it on my brooch. Where? They look nothing alike, yeah. In any case, please take a look at this. This is the victim's staff found at the scene of the crime. Ah, the crystal spear. It's gone. What? What? Oh, this is his crash out. Just what does this mean? If anyone jumped or flew across the bridge that night, it certainly was not Iris. After all, she was not wearing her hood. More importantly, the crystal spear found at the landing site was not hers either. That is not a spear, Franny, nor is it purple. That means the one who flew and dropped the spear was the victim, Miss Elise Dunib. Someone transported her body! Objection! A fool alongside another fool, and a fool's errand to reach a foolish conclusion. First of all, the sketch, which I prefer to call a scribble, is ridiculous. Hey, it's pretty good, okay? Look, okay, man. Franny, I will not. I do not accept any disrespect of any art piece whatsoever. Okay, this is actually genuinely a pretty good sketch. This is actually a pretty good piece of art made with crayons, okay? Because you need technique. You need actual technique. Where is it? You need actual technique to depict the glow of the flames in like with crayon. Like, you need to know your smudges. And like, And like he even captured like the glow of the flames behind the bridge, and he even like depicted like the backside of the bridge. Okay, he has actual like visual sense. Like he knows perspective. And like this is like drawing flames is very hard to draw. Drawing flames is very hard to draw actually. Like he actually captured the glow that like would emanate from an object if it was surrounded by flames. And like he knows that there are like brightness levels in flames even. There's like you can see white. You can see white. He is a good artist. He genuinely has potential, man. Anyway. People cannot fly. Thus it is rejected. You can't do that. I saw it with my own two eyes. He did this in only a few minutes while panicking because of the fire. That's incredible. Exactly. He actually has talent. And this crystal spear. This is nothing more than a red herring. You honestly believe that? Give it some thought, and I'm sure you'll realize it as well, Miles Edgeworth. At least her name was in her room on the night of the murder. There was no reason for her to go to Dusky Bridge. Therefore, this spear cannot be related to this case. That is all.
Objection!
She could have fallen. She could have fallen, and then her body was transported. Miss Franziska von Carmel. The only people who accept that explanation are scatterbrains and clowns. Yeah, like the one on the witness table right now. Why are you pointing at me? Yeah, exactly. The victim's crystal spear was found near the bridge on the night of the murder. Yet you expect us to believe this has nothing to do with the case? That crystal spear was probably thrown away at the bridge after the murder. Why? After the murder? There is a blood on the crystal spear, isn't there? This naturally suggests that it was thrown away after the murder took place. The killer placed it there to throw the investigation off the scent, which is the exact same reason that he drew that ridiculous sketch. Mako Stalker remarked versus the writer's foresight. I wrote this game actually. I wrote Ace Attorney. What? You mean I'm the killer? No, wow! All joking aside, just when did this crystal spear appear near the foot of the bridge? Unless this can be proven in some way, I refuse to believe this is related to the case. She makes a valid point. There is no evidence that Elise Dunim left Hazakura Temple that night. However, if somehow this crystal spear can be proven to have been dropped before the victim was killed, then this case is going to transform into something else entirely. Your response, Mr. Edgeworth? I want your final opinion on the disposition of the crystal spear. Oh! Well, isn't that obvious? It stopped snowing after, it stopped snowing when she was killed. But there was snow on top of the crystal spear, as Larry had said, so if it is not related to the case, then this witness who you have called will have been nothing more than a monumental waste of time. Prepare yourself for some very appropriate punishment, Miles Edgeworth. Can I prove it? Can I prove that the crystal spear was dropped before the murder took place? Yes! Damn, that's easy? Yeah. Can I prove it? That isn't the issue. You simply prove it. That's the only option. That's what he'd do. That's the way my boyfriend would do this. Your Honor, allow me to prove something to you. I will prove that this crystal spear is a vital link to solving this case. You will do what? That look in your eyes. You remind me of Phoenix Wright when he is cornered. And that should come as no surprise. Because right now I am Phoenix Wright, and I am indeed cornered. I order you to present your evidence, Mr. Edgeworth. That's what your Nakama would do? Yeah, the power of friendship. Like evidence that proves the crystal spear was indeed dropped before the murder. What? Oh, okay. So I need to prove actual physical evidence. Half covered in snow near Dusky Bridge the night of the crime, has blood on it. Yeah, half covered in snow. Yeah, half covered in snow with a little bit on top. This crystal spear, it was half buried in the snow, correct? That's right. If it hadn't been stopped snowing then, it would have been game over. The snow would have totally covered it. And that's what I needed to hear from you, Larry. Your testimony makes one thing quite clear. What?
When the crystal spear was dropped, it was snowing, even if it was ever so slightly. Snowing? On the other hand, let us look at the scene of the murder. As proven earlier today, there is no snow on the victim's body. Ah! Therefore, the crystal spear must have been dropped before the murder. There we go. Yeah, it's that easy. What? Order, order, order. On the night of the murder, the victim did indeed go to Dusky Bridge. And there, something occurred that caused the staff's crystal spear to come loose. What could that have been? This spear. There's some blood on it, isn't there? Was the staff the murder weapon? Allow me to raise a certain possibility at this junction. He's pulling up evidence at the function. The real crime scene was near the foot of Dusky Bridge. There we go. The murder didn't take place in the Hazakura Temple courtyard? Only a fool would suggest such a foolish piece of absolute foolishness. Just who is the fool? In which part is so foolish, Miss One Karma? Bang. Have you been paying any attention this whole time, Miles Edgeworth? The sister saw everything. She saw the victim being killed by the defendant in the Hazakura Temple courtyard. Oh my gosh, the twists are plotting. Now that's not exactly true, is it? To put it more precisely, what she saw was the murder weapon being removed from the victim's body. That's the same thing! No, it isn't. You said it yourself. For anything she can threaten Miles Edgeworth himself, I think she does have a soft spot for him, because they did grow up together. Very little blood is actually lost at the moment of a blade's insertion. If you want to talk about when the most blood would be lost from a body, that would be when the blade's removed. If that statement is true, then Dusky Bridge could easily be the scene of the murder. The murder weapon was not removed, thus there was no bleeding. You are forgetting one vital thing, Miles Edgeworth. Ellie's Dunham's body was found in Hazakura Temple. On foot, it takes 15 minutes to travel from Dusky Bridge to Hazakura Temple. You mean he's just as someone carried the body all that way? They used a snowmobile! I made it this far. The only place to take this is to the end. I just need to prove that my version of the events is also perfectly plausible. Now, if the defense is ready, the court would like to have an explanation. This is where I save! Please show us the method by which the victim's body was carried to Hazakura Temple. Yes, the snowmobile! On that snowy night, there is one way that a body could have been moved. The snowmobile. As we know, the snowmobile was used that night. It was explained as having been used to dispose of the murder weapon. But it could also have been used to carry a body. There we go. Oh my gosh. This case is so good. This is completely unacceptable, Miles Edgeworth. You've dug yourself into your own grave. What do you mean? The only one who could have used the snowmobile was the defendant. She is the one who moved the body. Doesn't that put the final nail in your coffin? No, she could have been saving the body. Huh. You're too late, Franziska von Karma. Rhina would make a lot of money if she knows who to whip. Shut up. Oh my gosh, she would. But also, I'm going to get you. And in fact, the defendant has proven something else entirely. We have shown that this case requires further investigation. What? Why was the victim, Elise Dunim, really killed? If her body was moved, whatever for? And finally, just what does this image mean? Do you even need to think about that? Such creature could never see the truth, let alone describe it. Hey man, it's perfectly plausible. This witness certainly sits on one end of the lowest possible branches of humanity. You're so mean. This case is definitely one of your favorites, just for how deep the twists go. I'm very excited to see how this develops. However, he would never utter a lie that could hurt a girl with whom he is enamored. He drew this, so it is something that actually happened. The defense stands firm on this point. Edgy! Thank you! That settles it then. I cannot give a verdict under these circumstances. She is playing her part very well. Right. I seem to have fulfilled my part in this. It is just as I thought. Franziska von Karma, you make a wonderful partner. Excuse me? There was one reason, and one alone, for me being here. To expose the darkness lurking in this case, and then pass it on to Wright. Really? That's what this was all about? You could have just told me that from the very beginning, and I wouldn't have had Francie whipping me all ouch! Miles Edgeworth, I don't care about what you were here to do. This is my chance to finally grind you under my heel. A shame that your chance seems to have slipped you by. What a shame, Francie! This is all your fault. Such a terrible witness. You are an affront to all the legal system stands for. I demand satisfaction. Yeah, get him. Oh, she killed him. She killed Larry. You seem to forget she wants to beat him? Well, I cannot believe that this testimony relates to an actual event. However, there has to be some sort of answer for the questions it raises. Have his words here today been the truth or lies? Next time we gather in this courtroom, those are the matters that shall be addressed. I am counting on thorough investigation by both the defense and the prosecution. And with this, the rest is up to you, right? Court is now adjourned. Bang! To be continued. Oh, that was so good. That was so fun, actually. That was great. That was great. End stream? Yeah, I'll probably end it here. Just give me a moment. I want to see Phoenix. I want to see Phoenix. Oh, he's in Haughty! Oh my god, he's in Haughty. He's in Haughty. There's only two people she's cared about. Beating Miles Edgeworth and Phoenix, right? True. Absolute Cinema? It was. Oh my gosh, he's in Haughty Clinic. He's in Haughty Clinic. No, get him out of there. He's in Haughty's domain. Oh, but that was so good. That was actually so good to watch. I cannot... Okay. Yeah. Yeah, so clearly. So what I'm thinking right now is that, what is it? Yeah. What I'm thinking right now is that Iris found Elisa's body, like, at the bridge. Yeah. And... Oh my god, oh, okay. So what I'm thinking is that, Iris saw Elisa's body by the bridge, and she picked her up. Yeah, she picked her up to try and, like, save her. At the... Like, by bringing her to the courtyard. But then, like, she won't tell us because Maya... Yeah, because, she's afraid that Maya might be found suspicious for being the one who killed Iris. Who killed Elise. I don't know, man. There's still a lot. There's still a lot that we need to find out. But I feel like Maya will be suspected. Again. Because she hasn't been found as a suspect for this game so far. Mako, she's opening her third eye. She's starting to find the truth. I am predicting. I am cooking even. But yes, that was a very fun way to end it. I can't believe Larry was actually useful. Wow, okay. Petanco, go away, leave me alone. Okay, let's end it here. Let's end it here properly. But thank you all for coming. I'll see you guys on Wednesday, probably. Schedule soon, hopefully. Schedule soon, by Tuesday. I'll try to get it up by Tuesday. Like, you know, the usual day. But, for now, let's end it here. Thank you for coming this week. 3, 2, 1. Thanks for the stream. Thank you for coming, everyone. Okay. 3, 2, 1. Hoyasumai! Good night, everyone. Get well soon, Miko. Good luck with my ear. Thank you. I'll be getting a check soon. I will update you guys when we see each other again. Bye-bye. Bye.